Wow. That was very impressive.
That was 22 minutes on the couch.
That's awesome. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. Realm of Collectors and ShelfGravy and Crashbox. We're all here together to bring you a little customizing video, I guess, like a beginner's guide sort of thing.
Awesome.
Come on, man. You know what it's gravy time, baby. Gravy time. That's the perfect voice.
It's gravy time, baby.
It's got me wet.
So tonight with us we got Dust.
Yo,
the Rockfather himself.
What's up, dude?
We got Chris from Crashbox.
Hey, everybody. I got the jazz hand.
As long as we can see them at all times, we're okay.
Hand check. And we got Alex.
What's up, guys?
What up?
What's going on? So thanks for everybody for joining us. So yeah, I had the idea of just like kind of putting together a little thing for anyone that was interested in customizing, you know what I mean? So we'll do like a little beginner's guide. Starting out, I'm gonna keep this kind of simple tonight, but like it can get kind of complicated as far as like adding articulation, sculpting, different stuff, all that. So we're just gonna take a figure that I pulled apart, kind of kit bashed from other figures, and you know, we'll do a little painting and stuff like that, put it together. But starting out, so I guess I'll start with like pulling a figure apart.
The considered figure mashing.
Figure mashing. In Ace's case, I would say figure breaking. Figure boiling, breaking.
That boy could break a figure.
Yes, he can.
We've
like
seen
no one else.
Yep.
So, yeah, you can. Let me think here. So there's several ways to do this. My way isn't like the way of all ways. I mean, whatever works for you works for you. That's awesome. There's no wrong way to do it. So like when I'm putting stuff together or I have an idea for a figure, I will see what I have. I mean, there's plenty of ways to get cheap fodder. You know what I mean? Cheap Star Wars figures or Marvel Legends. And that's generally what I use is Black Series and Marvel. Some DC figures, like the Mattel stuff. But I like to use the Black Series and Marvel Legends because they come apart really easy. You can
What are you trying to say there, buddy?
What?
They fall apart real easy?
No. They're just easy to get apart. There's no real.
I thought you're taking shots at Hasbro.
No. So the way that they assemble their figures, if you put heat to them, whether it be a heat gun, with that, you just have to be careful not to hold the heat too close to it or you will melt the parts. My preferred method would be to boil water, take your figure, dunk them in there for maybe a minute, and then you can use a towel and hold the piece and it'll pop apart. A lot of their, let me grab this drawer here. So a lot of their parts are just a simple ball socket. So when you put heat to it, it'll soften where that joint is connected, and it'll pop right apart. Elbows and stuff like that. Like this elbow particularly will have the same joint as this. It'll just be a hinge with a socket on the end of it. There are like knees and certain elbows. Like here we go.
Wow, so you got a little collection there.
Oh yeah. I have drawers and drawers just full of figures that I will eventually rip apart or just parts.
Hey, that's
I mean, you
Jammy Jam Luke, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I recognize that world famous part for giving female characters double jointed elbows.
Yes.
So
in his case, he has these pins. So if you boil them and you use I use a hole punch or like a punch that you can hammer, you know what I mean, into like wood or metal or whatever. Yes, exactly. But you can hammer those pins out. You can push them out. The plastic will soften enough for you to actually push them out with some sort of pin, pointy object or whatever. But tons. I mean, just this whole thing's full of them, and I have two big things under my desk that are just full of figures that I can tear apart and use the accessories or whatever.
Now, what do you do with the hollow torsos of like the Marvel Legends? How do you pop those open?
So I found that the male characters usually have the way that they're put together. You actually have to drill the top of the torso out in like under the armpits and in the shoulders. You have to drill it and then crack it open because it's two pieces that are fused together. And it's usually the waist piece is its own molded piece with the ball joint, you know, the T joint for the hips molded into it. And then the next, like the bottom, the stomach or whatever is a double piece that needs to be cracked open, and that's fused over top of it. And the same thing with the upper chest.
Now you're saying cracked open. Of course, now we'll go back together and snap, or is that something you?
Yeah, if you're careful, you know, if you're careful with it, use like a knife. Be careful, cut away from yourself. But you can use a knife or a screwdriver and just slowly pry it open. Heat will also help with that. So like if you boil that, it'll loosen the glue. There are you can get stuff to undo glue. They just use like a simple super glue.
Does that affect the plastic in any way?
No.
Okay.
No.
Not that I customize. I'm just an outsider with questions.
Sure. Please fire away. The chat, fire away. We got questions.
Shout out to the chat squad.
Yes. Okay, so from there, it's more of a, okay, I'm trying to make this character, this part works, blah, 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 blah. You can mash all that stuff together. From there, you can kind of go through and match all your pieces, whatever the character you're making. And so, like, a good example, I guess. I don't know if we want to do the other camera.
Yep, doing it right now, sir.
So,
don't tell me how to do my job. I won't tell you how to customize a figure.
So this figure is made up of a Black Series Captain Rex. From the diaphragm down to the knees, it is a Force Awakens Finn, and then of course Rex's legs, his shoulders, and his.
This is one of your customs.
Yes. This is a figure that is. It's not been made. They made a Rex, but not an old man Rex. This is my version of the Rebels.
The Fisherman Rex.
Rebels. Yes.
Johnny Whitebeard.
Then
from the end of the indoor battle.
Yes. But before we get to Endor.
Later on, he changed the name to Kringle.
Kringle. Yep.
After he put a couple pounds on and moved up.
Smells like
And then these forearms, those are from WWE. Or actually, no, it's a Wonder Woman figure.
No shit.
Ironic enough, yeah.
Sexy time.
Yes. So, and something like this, that's for you, Dust.
Oh, this fucking doll eyes, lifeless eyes, like a doll's eyes.
I tried to give him. I don't know if that's gonna focus.
Put your hand behind it. Come on, Ace Milo, you got this.
I know, right?
Now you know. Now you know why you give him so much shit about doing it. Now you see how hard it is.
Yeah, it's not really gonna focus.
Well, what head is that?
So these.
You made that.
No,
they
don't
have a little Anakin like that.
No.
Hey,
So
hey, Doug, you know where you get those? You get them at the head shop.
the head shot.
Oh man, that was a bad joke.
So the same with like Rex. I am involved in the 112th Star Wars custom group. There are a lot of 3D printers and a lot of sculptors in that group, and they cast these. So I'm pretty sure this Anakin head is from the 3 3/4 inch, and it's just been blown up to fit.
Gotcha.
He's a sexy critter.
Yeah.
T-Money says I need another creepy alien. And no, I don't. Anakin. No, I don't. I don't need another creepy Anakin. Stop.
But back to like levels of how hard it can be or how easy it can be. This was simply a Black Series Jawa and then painting the head.
Ooh, okay. I can see that. Wow, that looks good though.
So I just trimmed up the skirt, you know what I mean, to make it fit the aesthetic.
So the legs look like that under the Jawa?
Yep.
Okay. And where'd you get the belt and all the accessories?
So the belt came from the Farm Boy Luke from the Black Series.
Pajama Jammy Jam.
Yep, that guy.
Pajama Jammy Jam. I remember that.
That's the one and only.
Head honcho poncho.
Here's a recent one that I did that's, just different figure parts, and then
Spoon face.
Somebody's cast of that head and some random weapons, stuff like that. I need some Jabba's Palace guards, so
So is that where you normally start when you're making a custom, is the head? Like you figure out what head you're going to use and then just try to find the fodder pieces for the body?
Yeah, or I'll see, certain figures have a certain sculpt and I can use those pieces to actually make a figure, and then I'll find the head from there, because I know most of these guys in the group make, that there's some rendition of this character's head, you know what I mean, and I probably have 3 different sculpts of this particular head.
Okay.
So
Alex, I like to, when I'm doing a custom, I like to start with the socks.
Me too.
Socks.
Right. Because I figure he's got to stand up, so I start at the feet and work my way up.
Hey, nobody's gonna fuck around with my sock game.
It's a risky operation, but it's worth it.
I just had to hit up Amazon for more.
I don't have a sensor bar, but there's boobies underneath there.
Boobies.
This was another custom. So the head sculpt, the head sculpt is a custom. The body is from Marvel Legends, so it's just strictly painting it. And then Chan found a mesh and wrapped her body in it with like rubber bands and stuff like that. So real simple.
That's cool.
All right, so where did I put the bag?
Nida has a question for you.
What's
Have
up?
you made any custom 6-inch Indiana Jones? Sorry, I don't know if you answered this already. I walked away. I guess he's on an Indiana Jones binge right now.
I gather that. Yes.
It's okay. There's only 4 movies. You'll be on to something else before you know it. Hey, but if you start watching the Young Indiana Jones TV show, yeah, you're really.
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough
those
one.
They weren't great then. I bet you they have not aged well.
So these are these are pieces that I have gotten from some of the guys in the group. Like this is a whole figure kit to make, of course, Yak Face and
And
Jabba's Palace.
how do they make this shit?
3D
3D printed?
printers and
3D printers and shit?
Well, I think some of this stuff is taken from 3¾ inch figures, and it's casted and then blown up. And
Gotcha.
These are a good example of 3D
Oh.
printed stuff. This is Ezra with a haircut from Rebels.
bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, that wasn't very focused on the camera, and that looked like one of the engineers from Prometheus.
Yeah, it did. Either that or Eminem when he's in one of a drunken binge back in the day.
Mannequin.
We have something to help it focus here. No, that ain't gonna help. Huh.
You got to hold it there for a second, dude. Give it a chance. Nope.
There we
Now
go. Got
now
some
you
oil
can't-
coming in.
You can't make fun of fucking Ace no more.
No, I can't. I really can't.
It really is a piece of shit.
But that is this head is Freddie Prinze Jr. as Kanan.
Do they make Freddie Prinze Jr. From Can't Hardly Wait?
I could probably ask him.
How about
I'd
Freddie
probably
Prinze
make it.
Sr.?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
with a push button music.
so yeah, and I just wanted to show like there are different levels of, like for this is a whole kit. I'll be doing drilling and sanding and all that kind of stuff just to put this together. I'll be
Oh,
using,
so they give you the basics and then you have to just work.
yeah.
together like
So I'll take like Revel Tech joints, or I'll cut the joints out of other figures to give him the articulation needed.
Gotcha.
And then I'll
So
paint
it's not
it.
like it doesn't come like a Marvel Build-A-Figure.
No, absolutely not.
JD, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So you know that X-Force, oh shoot, the guy with the rocket legs.
Cannonball.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cannonball. What figure would you use if you were going to try to give him legs? Because I know a lot of people have complained about that figure for that very reason.
I know other people have done.
Yeah, I've seen a
custom.
couple.
Yeah, I've seen like
people.
custom, like people giving him
I
legs.
think it was Paladin.
Yeah, Paladin was one people used.
I think it was one. I saw a lot of people using the Paladin figure to put the
He's
legs on.
super cheap to find, and his parts are universal. Like
I guess
Okay.
what was it, like a color thing or?
Whoops.
Hold on.
Yeah, him.
Putting you back on screen there. Yeah, go ahead. Put it on the bottom cannon. Yeah, that would work. Yeah, that would really work. It's got the life-filled pouches and all.
Yep.
Belts and shit.
So probably the easiest way to do this would be to cut him at the waist. Like he doesn't have a waist swivel.
Lieutenant Dan.
Oh yeah, he does. This one's just stuck. There it is.
She smelled like cigarettes.
Good night.
So I mean, you could take the time to like drill this out if you wanted to separate it properly, and you'd have to do the same with the Cannonball figure. But probably the easiest way to do, and we love our magnets. So you
Yes.
could always just hack him off at that joint. You know what I mean? Get in there with a nice sharp knife as close as you can get and start hacking away at that joint in there and just saw it completely off, drill it out, put a nice strong magnet in it, and do the same for the upper torso, and you're set.
Man,
All
if
right,
I didn't know this was about figures, this could really be about being a serial killer.
I guess I'll be sending you my my Cannonball.
Hey, fair enough. So next up, we kind of have the different process of, so like once you get a figure together, of course you're going to prime the parts, like you got a pile of parts there. You're going to prime it because the paint needs something to stick to. Yeah, cleaning it and priming it are very important.
Well, what's your sanding process? Because that's the part I hate the most is sanding.
Sanding?
Yeah, so there's no paint rub on all the joints.
Like, I mean, I generally don't really worry about the sanding of the joints too much, unless it's going to be something I know that's going to be rubbing a lot. The way they do Marvel Legends and Black Series figures, there's really not a whole lot of paint rub. You get a little bit, but there's, I mean, you can even bend the joints and look at it. There is a little bit of a gap there, and all your indentations are up. They're like up in there. You know what I mean? Like for the knees, that indentation is way up in there. So,
real quick, E Prime says Shatterstar, Marvel Legends Shatterstar could be good for Cannonball legs.
oh, okay, yeah, that too.
So race to the bottom on Amazon. See what figure gets a donated leg.
Yo, that Cannonball's super cheap on Amazon right now. It's like $8. You may not get it for a month, but it's super cheap.
Yeah, just like it's a pre-order.
They have it, but it's on pre-order. After all the essentials goes out, we'll send you your Cannonball.
Chan reminds me that not to forget about dyeing them. You know, we did that for Chris.
Oh my gosh,
he wanted some. Yeah, he wanted some Fury Ogres for his Mythic Legions, and
Frio.
Yeah, so the
got your B on your hat.
The ogre sculpt comes in green or flesh tone, and of course he had extra green ones, so we had to make those red. The big thing I was worried about was all the joints not holding up, like paint sticking to the joints. He's going to be manipulating the, their poses and all that kind of stuff, and there'd be green showing through the red. So we figured out kind of how to dye them.
Do you want me to grab one of those?
If you want, yeah.
Yeah, give me a minute. I'm wiping my hands off. I'll bring one over.
Real quick, while Chris does that, we got a question again from Night of Ren.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most tedious custom you ever made?
Red Fury.
Let's see here.
Don't forget, folks, it's gravy time.
So, I would say I just finished her.
Oh, hold on. Adding it and doing that. Producer on the scene.
I just finished her.
Mm.
So this was made out of a Marvel Legends Magic figure. I used Storm, the punk rock Storm with the mohawk. And then I filled in her head.
Gave her a haircut and Grace Jonesed her up.
Yep.
Pull up to my bumper, baby.
I used Ray's arm from I think it was from the Island Journey Ray, and then I used her boots as well. And then the waist piece is from Darth Revan, and then all the rest is soft goods. So I had to paint this on a ribbon. Chan did the skirt, and then we had to get it on there to fit. Her head, the markings on her head were pretty tedious. The lightsabers, of course, were 3D printed.
That's pretty dope, man.
I mean, they haven't done a Ventress, so I had to have Ventress.
Yeah,
it turned out great.
I mean, she's probably one of the most tedious ones I've done. I mean, there's definitely a few back here that I'm looking at that have been kind of difficult to achieve. The ogres that I did for Chris, those were probably
there. It is.
There's one. That's how they come stock.
Oh, so I just wanted to show you, this is the green that they come, and this one has a little bit more detail than the ones he had, but that's negligible. But you can see the joints are green, everything's green, all the way around.
Green.
And then
the skirt up right there. What's going on over there, Chris?
Magically, he transforms into a red one.
Oh,
and you can see the joints are completely. They did an amazing job. I mean, this This was a base model figure without all the paint detail, and you can see all the detail work that he put into this. Focus. There we go.
No, that's awesome.
Yep. So exactly what I wanted.
That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So from there, I guess we'll just get into this. So yeah, once you have your base of how what you're gonna put together, I got some pieces that I picked out here. Got a little head sculpt. This head sculpt actually came off of a first order officer from Black Series. So I primed everything. I actually taped him off at the waist because I don't really feel that his legs need painted, and I don't think you guys want to sit here for like the next 4 hours while I paint like absolutely everything.
Hey, JD, I have a paint question.
Yes.
And I think this may be something that a lot of people are wondering. You talked about priming. Can you go into a little bit of detail about what paint you use, how you apply it?
Okay.
Things of that nature.
So I use a lot of this, the Army Builder brand stuff.
Okay. So is that mostly for like 40K and stuff like that?
It's for miniatures and stuff like that. They make it in various colors. Once I figure out what I'm doing and I'm ready to prime, I'll step outside and I'll spray this stuff. But like when I'm spraying it, you just have to be careful. Very short, controlled bursts, about a foot away from what you're working on. You barely want to dust it until it's you barely want any coverage until it's dry, and then you can, you know what I mean, just rinse and repeat until you have it fully saturated. Because another thing is you don't want to do it too close, and you don't want to paint too much because then you lose a lot of the details. You know what I mean? The sculpt work on a lot of this stuff is really nice. You know what I mean? You don't want to lose any of that stuff.
Right. You don't want the delicate details to get gobbled up in the paint.
Yep.
Okay. So just if you didn't have that spray stuff, is there a brand paint you like as a primer, like maybe a brush on or anything?
There are brush on ones out there. I haven't really used many of them. I mean, if anything, I use like a Rust-Oleum, like their gray primer, and that usually works pretty well too. Like when I first started doing this stuff, that's what I was using a lot of the time. Was like Rust-Oleum and Krylon. But you know, whatever you got, whatever's gonna work. Some guys don't even prime it, but you know, there you have the issue of the paint eventually stripping off. You know, it gets scratched or whatever, the paint's going to come off.
Right.
Okay. So, yeah, here I already picked some stuff out. We're just going to do like a simple soldier for Star Wars. For this character, I used Cassian from Rogue One because he was a plenty at the time. I used I think
so you're trolling those clearance bins.
Absolutely.
Tracks,
Fodder.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, $5 figures, man. That's the way to go. The arms I already boiled and popped and put them back on. This is from the actually I think it's from this actual figure. I think those are Cassian's arms. The jacket is from Finn from the Force Awakens, and like I said, that's the head is from the First Order officer. I popped the hands out because they're already a flesh tone.
So don't you find it easier to match your colors if you prime everything?
I try to. It all like the shop that I get my primer at. Sometimes they're out of certain colors, so if I'm doing flesh tone stuff, I will stick with a flesh tone primer. You know, it's something as close as possible. For the actual figures, I usually use gray. They didn't have any the last time I was in there, so I just, you know, we're gonna be doing some neutral colors and stuff like that, so it's not gonna be anything too crazy. We got to worry about coverage.
JD, I'll tell you one thing I've had problems with a few times I've done anything custom is like that the jacket that's on the foam brush there. That's a different material. It's softer and pliable. What steps should we take to get that material ready to take paint as compared to just the harder plastics that are on the bodies?
So, I mean, I usually like wash a lot of this stuff off with just like dish soap. Usually boiling it, you know, like I'm getting these figures apart and then getting them ready to prime. Boiling it helps with that process as well. It's going to kill any oil that was on your skin that's on the figure. It's going to get any of that off. For softer materials, there is a vinyl primer paint that you can use. I forget the name of it. There's a can of it downstairs, and I cannot remember what it was called. But it's a primer, a black primer for softer plastics and vinyls. And I've used that, and it works just like...
Is it aerosol?
Huh?
Is it aerosol?
Yeah, it's in a spray can. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a spray
You know,
paint can.
JD, you saying that made me think. I used to sell auto parts, and we had a whole section of fabric and vinyl spray.
Yes, that is it. That's what it is.
So it's
Fabric
probably
and vinyl.
duplicolored fabric or something.
Yeah,
like that.
duplicolor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's
That's
exactly
funny.
what it is.
With the shit nozzles,
Yep.
Man,
the calligraphy nozzles. I hated that shit.
Yeah, right
Remember,
on.
I used to detail cars, so we used to dye fucking interiors, dye fucking dashboards and shit with that heat gun and fucking paint.
so you know a lot more about this than you think you do, Dust.
Yeah, no mask.
Of course not.
No mask. Didn't
Well,
matter.
you were smoking 3 cigarettes at the same time.
No, I wasn't smoking. I don't.
There it
I-
is, right there.
I was out of 40 in my
Yeah,
lap.
that's
but, you
it.
know.
That's it. So
There it
this works really well on.
How did Shan run that up there so fast?
I don't know. She was booking.
Nice.
Thanks, Chan.
Thanks, Chan. Yeah, I went right to the Googles. To
Well,
try
thank
to
you
find
for answering that. And
Oh,
funny,
absolutely.
we kind of came to, or I came to that at the same time you did.
it. Dear
I never
27,
even thought,
27
even
wants to
crossed
know,
my mind.
do you use sealant? Or?
Absolutely. So once everything is done, I recommend this stuff. The Army Builders anti-shine. You should be able to get it on the internet. This is like the best stuff that I've ever used. It dries super fast. No gloss, anything
And it
like
seals.
that. Yep, it seals it up really, really well. The other stuff that I used to use before I started using this was Krylon sealer. Or I would use the Krylon workable fix-it, which is for artwork, like pencil drawings and shit like that.
Oh, okay. I never. Yeah.
Yeah. And stuff works, you know what I mean? It does the job. It seals it up.
You know what a walrus and Subway have in common?
No, what?
They're both looking for a tight seal.
Whoa.
Oh.
I wonder how hard that is to come by.
Oh. It's gravy time, people. Gravy.
Gravy. All right. So I guess the next order of business is, since we have this figure pretty much ready to go, we're going to pick out some colors. Let's see what we got here.
Oranges and blues.
Real quick before you get slide into there, Tyler wants to know about the print for Ajuz hilts.
Massage.
I say ajou.
What I don't know, understand. What about them?
The
The
printed
3D,
part.
Oh,
the 3D printed.
Is it plastic or?
Yeah, he was asking plastic or resin.
So generally, the guys that I order this stuff from, they usually print them, and then two of the guys for sure cast those parts after they've cleaned up the print, and then it's molded in a PVC. So it's a little more durable. I mean, those saber hilts are tiny, and you know, it's got to be able to hold up. You know what I mean? Like I had to drill the end of them out for the saber blades to fit in them, and
Wow,
all that stuff. So
that's a little
and
small
I mean,
little Dremel.
yeah, you see the
Holy mackerel.
tiny little nub that fits into the end of these sabers. And for stuff like that, you know, this tool is a lifesaver. Just a little hand drill, and it
I would
has,
do it by hand.
Yeah,
Yeah. More
bits,
control.
like tiny little bits. You can do a little bit at a time, test fit it, a little bit at a time, test fit it.
All right, we got another question there again. One more question. If you mess up, is there a way to get the paint off and restart, or do you have to get another figure?
No. So this is acrylic. It's all water-based paint. Usually, just like if you mess up and you know, like immediately, okay, I don't like that, or whoops, I, slipped or whatever, you can usually take water or alcohol with a Q-tip or something real fine, and you can clean it up a little bit.
What's up, Fife?
I always keep an X-Acto knife on hand. I have these. This was from air conditioning, like when I was doing heating and air conditioning, and it's like a little pointer tool, and they would clean the little fins of the condensers for air conditioners out. Sometimes you can, if you got paint over paint and you're trying to clean something up, like if the bottom paint has been there long enough, you should be able to scrape it off carefully and not have to worry about screwing up any of the other paint.
We got another paint question, which is pretty much what you just said. How can you take the paint off soft plastic? Not your regular plastic, that's super duper soft or soft.
So when I first started doing this, I had stuff like vests and stuff like that, and was trying to take the paint off.
Take the paint.
It didn't work so well. It left it, like, after I got what I could off as far as the paint went, when I got that off and then painted again, it stayed gooey. You can use straight acetone on a Q-tip and rub it, like, one swipe, see what it takes off, because it'll take it off instantly. But you know what I mean? Like, you can't really be too picky about what it takes off. If you're trying to take like certain paint apps off, you have to be really careful. But acetone will take the paint off immediately as soon as you touch it. So it's a good, like the Black Series did the Stormtroopers with the blast marks all over them. A lot of people were taking Q-tips and acetone and just like swipe right across the chest, taking those blast marks off.
Wow.
So then they're just plain, just plain white. Yep. But you have to be careful with acetone. It will eat the plastic. So it's like one of those things, you wipe it, dry it off, leave it, make sure it's not bubbling.
Yeah, clean everything off behind it. Yep.
People have tried like boiling or like sitting a figure in a tub of acetone, and it's just melted the figure completely.
That's how you get rid of bodies, people.
Yep, that's how you do it.
Shout out to Breaking Bad. All right, what do we got going on here? What are you going to bring to the table now? What do we got?
All right, so
let's get this process going.
What color jacket should we have? Do you think?
It's your world. You got a lizard crimson?
Lizard crimson?
A lizard crimson. It's one of the Bob Ross colors, dude. Come on. Get on my level. Van Dyke Brown.
Van Dyke Brown. All right, so we're gonna go with
Battleship Gray.
Rayon Blue, huh? All right. And as far as paints go, you can get away with using like the apple barrel stuff or the folk art. It's not going to hold up as well. Generally, I stick with Citadel brand.
It's very mythic.
Yes.
That bottle looks very mythic.
The stuff you would find at a hobby shop, that's pretty much what you want to use. So you got your Citadels, you got
one boy and the 4 Horsemen got to hit me up. We got to get into the paint game. You heard it here first.
It is the most mythic of paints.
Oh, definitely looks mythic.
All right. So we're going to use those for the jacket.
King Arthur approved.
We're going to go with a gray shirt, I think. So a lot of these paints, they come in. So you'll see, let me grab here. So like this one says a base. It's a base. Usually that's your base color. That's not what we're using. I just grabbed it as an example. And then you have your layers, which will go over your base, and it more or less like brightens it up. So you'll have the darker color as your base. Will shine through this. It will, this is a little thinned out, so it's not as thick as the base is. And then you have like your dry brushes, which is pretty much like it's almost like a putty. It's not moving around in there at all. There's no.
That's like some old school testers right there. Those little pop open things. That's what all I know about painting back in the day. Paint by number. That's what I meant. Paint by number. What's the retail on that little thing?
On these paints?
Yeah.
They're right around like $3-4 a piece.
Gotcha.
So you got like Citadel brand, you have Vallejo, Model Masters makes paint. The important thing is do not use enamel. Enamel will never dry. I don't care what anybody says, it will never dry.
What's up to Eric Tron in the chat?
Yo,
happy birthday, man. He just had a birthday recently. Young buck.
So yeah, you want to stick with acrylic, water-based paints. It's going to be the best.
Yeah.
For a lot of these, like you use your base coat, you are going to need to thin it out. You want, like, the trick is to kind of keep everything smooth. Water is the way to do that. Recently I have switched over. I've been replacing my paints as I run out of them, and I've been they have a line of airbrush paints, which is already thinned.
Oh, so it's ready to go.
Yeah, right, it's all ready to go. I don't have to do anything. I can just paint it on and be done with it. But yeah, and some decent, I don't use any crazy expensive brushes or anything like that.
JD, the first custom I ever tried to do was
You there? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh. You there?
Uh-oh. He's doing a robot.
All right, so what we're gonna do?
What are you gonna do? What are we doing? What are we bringing out here? We pouring some gravy on some shit. Come on, tell me when to be gravy on. Because you know what? It needs more gravy, JD.
Needs more gravy. We're gonna give it more gravy.
More gravy.
Okay, so we're gonna shake this up good.
Shake what your mama gave you.
What's the difference between a wash and what Citadel has called contrast? Have you seen that?
Yeah. So there's
because I see what you're using it, but it looks like a wash once it's applied. So I don't know what it does differently.
So
better start saying that word properly. It's wash.
Wash. So the difference in that is you use the contrast color as your base, and then you use the shade over top of that.
Hold it up.
Gives you.
Get closer to the camera there, buddy.
Oh no! This is one of the shades.
Okay.
So these are more watered down than anything.
And that's the airbrush ones.
No, this is a shade.
Okay.
So,
Sade.
So you'd lay your base down. That they are called contour, right? Or the contrast.
Contrast, yeah.
Yeah. So the contrast is your base, and then the shade goes over top of that. It gives you the same effect as doing a base, layer, and dry.
Okay.
So it's supposed your shade will fall into the crevices and the low points in the sculpt.
So it's making it like a one application.
Yeah, it's just cutting some of the steps out of it. Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot easier. It takes, some time off.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's very time consuming, like anything that you do when you're creating with your hands.
It's definitely something that takes some time. So,
all right, Pinkerton's in the chat. He says internet died on him. Shout out to Hamster Life. There's a lot of people online nowadays. I wonder why. Everybody on Napster. What's everybody on Napster? Turn your damn Napster off so Pinkerton can come back. Matt H in the chat. What up, Beansy? He says, what do you think about wet palette, JD? I don't know if that's a joke question or if that's a legit question, but
so I mean it's definitely a way to do things.
Explain, what is a wet palette?
So a wet palette is more or less a wet paper towel.
All right, I was gonna say something really nasty and I forgot what show we're on. I thought this was...
Oh, you're okay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's the channel,
But it's a wet paper towel on your palette, and you paint off of that wet paper towel, so it keeps your
moist
paints from dry. Yeah, it just keeps everything from drying out, and you can keep dipping back into it, adding more paint. It helps you blend a little better. I generally don't do a whole lot of that. Of course, I have a paper towel sitting here that I can, I can kind of rub everything off. And
what are you dipping in over there? I see
just water. It's just water.
All right. Well, we want to know what's going on, so you're diluting a little.
Yeah, so I'm diluting it down a little bit. A lot of times this takes a few coats. You can definitely throw it on there thicker if you want, but the paint will sometimes it'll kind of gum up. You'll get streaks and all that kind of stuff. So the water helps just keep it smooth,
keep it flowing. I'm just here for the gravy, man. When are we gonna bust out the gravy?
Oh, we're adding gravy. We're adding it.
So
one of the things that while you're painting, one of the things you want to try and do is keep all your paint strokes running the same way. That way it kind of keeps with that consistency.
So it's not like cutting the lawn.
No.
Shout out to those hard bodies out there doing the lawns with the lines and shit. I don't even know how that happens. It's amazing.
There's a guy up the street from us that brags all the time. Like, I'll see him at the convenience store every now and again. He drives like some little hot rod, and he's always bragging. He's like, "Oh, hey neighbor, I still have the best lawn on the block." Blah, blah, blah.
Yo, they do some amazing work with those custom lines, man.
Yeah, man. But I mean, his lawn's like, it's probably a patch of grass like 50 foot by 50 foot.
This is JD. This is what we call painting banter.
Panting banter.
Panting banter. Painting banter.
Panting banter.
Painting banters. Yeah. Paging painter. They're needed on the set. All right, now to Ren. Once again, another question. Any advice for tacky paint on custom figures? I've always had this issue with customs. Maybe a tacky ass name that you got running there. Night of Ren 789.
Might also be the paint you're using or the type of plastic. Generally, when I've run into this, if you hit it with a heat gun or a hair dryer and heat it up, it will help speed up the process of paint drying. Again, it could be the paint itself, or it could be the plastic that was used to make the figure.
So, like the old school testers paints, those are enamels, and that's what you don't want to use, right?
That will never, they'll never dry.
Because like back in the day, I'm an old school guy. That's all we had out there. So whenever we did anything remotely, not that we were going on this level, but shit for school and stuff, it was always either you had the basic Crayola watercolor set, or you were going to the testers.
Yep.
Fucking $6 a jar. 1983. Cocksuckers.
I think they changed whenever they started doing plastic models. Like they changed from the enamels to the acrylics, even with testers.
Dude, I'm not that old. Relax.
I mean, you can still get that shit.
I know yours was a rock back then, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. So, like, you can see how up towards the top here, it's a little thinner. You can still see the primer coming through. You can see, like, I just went over the belly again. It's a little thicker. You can't see the primer as well. So, like, one of the things is just to take your time.
Balance it out, man. So there's a lot of thinning, but it's also going to take a couple of coats.
Yeah, like keeping your coats.
Zero patience for anything like this, man. There's no way. I would want it done. I would want this thing done and on the shelf already. That's the patience of dust mites right there.
Hey,
the only time that I don't have patience is like music, where I do have patience working on music, and that's insane because, just I guess it's the same thing. Just
it's just
how you what your craft is. And it's amazing. Like there's so many people in the realm. You find out more every day of what they're into and what they're good at, and customizing and doing things. And some people cut lawns with super lines.
My neighbor recut his because his lines weren't straight enough. So the whole lawn again.
Poor bastard.
How do you do that? I mean,
well, he's retired. He's got to get out and do something.
Oh, dude, he's retarded. Murder, Sam. Murder.
So one of the things, I mean, like through this process, you're gonna have to like move the joints around and stuff like that as you're painting. Of course, to get into the crevices and whatnot.
How do you have one to the left of you that's already done? Or we're gonna be painting for another hour and a half.
Those cooking shows.
Yes.
Hey,
we started. Hey, it's finished.
I mean, we're
grill marks.
We're gonna go through, and we're gonna do this. So
hey, man, I'm here for I got plenty of beer. I got plenty of food. I'm chilling.
So applying it thin like that, you can just constantly paint. You don't have to wait for it to dry because by the time you're done with one section, the other one's dry, and you can do it.
So just work your way around. It'll dry. It'll be dry by the time you get around to the next section. You can just keep going and building up your coats.
Now, would you normally do this with an airbrush?
No, usually everything I do is hand painted.
Okay.
So the airbrush, I usually only break that out unless I have to add like specific shading, or like we'll use that a lot for like the diorama work that we do for doing stencil, or like, oh hey, there's some I want to put some bullet holes here and scorch them, and then we'll use the airbrush for those sorts of details.
Sorry, guys, I'm back. Microsoft decided I needed some updates while we were, resetting.
Did you have to put a couple of quarters into the?
Well, turns out we switched the hamster's food, so.
It's a vibrating bed. You got to pop open the fucking $10 roll of quarters.
He had some diarrhea. That poor little hamster. switching
Oh,
the food.
Poor little fella.
Yep. So, with the base coat, you don't have to be super neat with it. It's a base coat. Like you can see him kind of missing. Like I just did around his collar here. I hit the neck. Not a big deal because you're going to be more carefully painting those smaller areas after you're done. So
you should have pulled out the blue tape, taped up his neck.
Nah, that's too much work.
They don't make small rolls like that.
They pinstripe rolls. Yeah, they do.
The size of some pinstriping.
Yeah,
painter's tape.
They make shit like that. You'd be surprised what you find in Hobby Lobby and the.
I don't have a Hobby Lobby around here, and it wouldn't be open anyway, dick. Rub it in a little bit.
Hey, Michael, you can call it in and you can go pick it up. They bring it out to your car.
There you go, Dust. There's some skinny blue.
Hold on. I'm gonna. Wow!
Yep.
Wow!
Yeah, awesome.
Now, did you make that, or do they sell it that size?
No, my wife bought it somewhere she was using it on the Edgebox stuff.
Because I just cut mine with a razor.
Well, honestly, I never remember having to end up just like tearing a piece to fit what I needed to do.
Brian Brink has a question. Which paint has the best flavor?
I can't answer that. I've never tasted.
I probably can.
Yeah, you could, couldn't you?
I mean, aerosol. I mean, if it's aerosol, and it gets into your, gets into your lungs a little. You be like, later on, you're like, Rust-Oleum.
I figured
like back in the day when I was doing graffiti, you definitely knew the difference between Krylon and Rust-Oleum.
I figured Brian Brink's question was, why am I not on this show?
He was out looking for cheese balls.
Oh.
But if he wants on, just let us know. He can come right in.
Come right in. You can slide in here.
Can slide right up.
But yeah, I mean, I think you can answer that question, Alex. Alex has this. He's got this habit where to keep his. Go ahead.
If I need my paintbrush to have a really sharp point, I'll put it in my mouth and twirl it between my teeth and my tongue to get it to the right point.
I do this. I do the same thing if I'm working on something very small.
Well, then JD was like, you could just use a paper towel and do that same thing. And I felt like an idiot. Like, I'd never thought about using a paper towel. I always thought the brush just went in my mouth.
You put it in your mouth and it's a little more, you keep your mouth moist, right?
Right. Yeah.
You just drank a nice hard seltzer and
chase it down with some paint.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
But like if you have like a detail brush, you can just you got your little cup of water there and all that stuff. You can just dip it in the water. That there's so few bristles on those smaller brushes that the water will pull it together, and then you can just do one of these and just glide it across just to suck some of the water out, and then replace it with paint. But if you like, you want to taste if you like to taste the paint, you're good. Like I said at the beginning of this, my methods are not like the be all end all ways to do it. There's no wrong way, to get the accomplishment that you're looking to get out of it.
Yep. This is a judgment-free zone. Eat as much paint as you want.
That's right. So. We just about got this all ready to go.
We should have called out something crazy, like do it Python Patrol style. So you had put out the grid work and all that.
That'd be a long show.
Yeah, it'd be a long show.
I mean, I can cut you the grid work. I just, run it up to you. I'll see you in a couple hours. I'll leave it.
I might be partly along with the rest of the work that I need to put into it. All right, so we got a shirt done. At least the base coat is on there anyway.
JD, have you ever gone to work on a figure? Maybe it's not a line you're familiar with, and when you get it apart, you realize that there's absolutely nothing you can do with it.
Probably the way Mattel made like the DC line, like their DC figures, the DC universe, like the DC universe stuff was
the multiverse stuff.
The multiverse stuff. Yep, that's that way. So I used Wonder Woman's feet to make the Ula that we have for Jabba's palace, and the way they articulate their stuff is just a mess. You can't get them apart. So I ended up cutting half the foot apart just so I could get it to work, and then I drilled it out and made my own, post so that it would rock and swivel and all that stuff. So yeah, it was a big pain. It was a big pain in the butt. So,
yeah, I've got some of those. Even getting the heads off of those is a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Because the way they got those crazy, it's almost like that new Marvel Legends double joint, but not nearly as nice.
Yeah. All right. So this is the airbrush stuff. We don't have to be so tedious in watering this down. We're just gonna lay it on. So we're gonna do a gray shirt. His jacket's gonna be blue.
So hang on. So Citadel makes ready to shoot paint, and they make just brush paint essentially that needs to be thin for an airbrush.
Yes.
I did not realize they made it pre-diluted paints.
Yeah. So there's a whole line of airbrush colors, and it's just called Air. You know what I mean? It's like this one here. It's just labeled. Where is it? There we go. It's just labeled Air.
Okay. I didn't realize that.
I kind of wish they put that in the dropper instead of that kind of bottle, though. So it'd be easier to load into your airbrush.
You would think, right?
Yeah, because that's going to be a pain, right?
Yeah, if you were using an airbrush, it'd be a pain in the ass to get it in the airbrush. Yeah, like none of Citadel's bottles are like the dropper type.
I like the dropper.
Yeah, like I do like that about the Vallejo and the Army Builder stuff.
The only problem with those is if it's something you don't use very often, it tends to cake up so bad at the nozzle, unless you store them upside down.
Right. Yeah, I have that problem at work, like my tattoo ink.
Oh, is it the same way?
Yeah. Tattoo ink is it's a little thicker, of course.
Have you ever tattooed with acrylics?
No.
Watercolor?
Yeah.
I want to face paint me. I want to look like Post Malone with watercolors so I can take it off tomorrow.
Can you do an arrow on my wrist that says, just make up a word? How about globulous? Okay.
That works.
Okay.
Sounds pretty.
I was once a man. We need painting music. Royalty free, of course.
So how much different is a tattoo gun than an airbrush control wise? Like does it have the dual trigger and all that?
No. A tattoo machine it's more like a paintbrush. You're dipping it and running out of doing what you got to do until it's out, and then you dip again
on a very soft canvas that pushes.
A very mushy
and moving canvas. It's like
a living, breathing canvas.
Trying to fuck on a waterbed.
hey, once you get the rhythm down on the waterbed, you're good. It's probably tattoo.
Yeah, it's all about you get counted off like music. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. What's your tempo? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, you start that way and you just
fucking at 64 BPMs. You probably love her. if you're fucking at 135 BPMs, you couldn't give a fuck about this bitch. You just turn it around. Heard it right here, right now on FIGGAH MASHIN.
FIGGAH MASHIN.
Which Chris was genius, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
You know, guys,
like taters with the gravy.
Every once in a while.
Well, I appreciate you guys joining me
Nah, man, this is great, man. It's a whole different world. You know, Chris does his live streams with the dioramas, and you're doing this. You know.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Hopefully, I get this fucking shit working. I can show you guys how we make some beats, and then yeah, everybody, we got everything covered.
Ooh, you got it all covered.
Got it all covered.
We need a woodworking show.
There you go.
Yeah. Get Paul to do the woodworking show there.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Building a dresser. That's just the miter saw. It'll be done in a minute.
Today we're gonna teach you how to make your own spiral staircase.
Today we're gonna do dovetail joints by hand. It'll be a 72-hour course.
Oh.
Matt hates the sewing. Knit one, purl two.
Hey,
live every Thursdays. Knit one, purl two.
I've been looking really hard at that. If I'm being completely honest.
Oh my God, that's the perfect name. Knit one, purl two.
All right,
don't steal my ideas, people. Don't steal them. Enough people jacking my shit.
Who can get their hands on some crochet needles? I think we're going to do a live stream about it. Crochet 101. You guys are going to make your own. It's the DIY rock box.
Yes, it starts out one of those pot holders, and then we're going to work our way to a throw blanket for your couch.
That's right. That's cat's face on it. Oh boy.
Oh boy, is right.
And then on Saturday nights we got paint by numbers.
You're like a senior rec center now.
See, that's my other job, paint by numbers.
Yep. He's looking this way, the other guy's looking the other way. You don't care. Awesome. Now, who are we making here? Do we know? Are you gonna just like?
We're just making like a background character.
You're just making something that's
like a rebel soldier of some sort.
Hey, maybe the rebel soldiers I know don't have blue sleeves.
No, Han Solo did.
There's
the Blue Squadron, X-wing pilots.
I don't believe you.
I mean the jacket is what's gonna sell that.
Hey,
so the jacket's gonna be blue then too.
Okay.
Just you know,
relax.
Just so nobody thinks that we're just randomly painting them.
I said stained glassing. Optimus Prime stained glass.
Hey, don't think I haven't looked at that too, Matt. Why make a fake stained glass window for a diorama?
You can make a real one.
Make a real stained glass.
Absolutely.
I watch
glass blowing.
You can pick up all kinds of little tricks for whatever you're doing from what people do with other hobbies.
Guys, there's a place.
On Sunday, there's glass blowing on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel.
There's a place 10 minutes from here that teaches classes. I met him at the Ren Fair a couple years ago.
Oh, at the Ren Fair.
I love a Ren Fair. May never get to go to one again, but
yep, turkey legs, mead. It's a good time.
Yeah, actually, that won't. Pretty soon, that'll just be life. You know,
right?
Meat off the bone.
Whoever was the best at the Ren Fair will end up being the king.
So we all need to learn to joust while we're being quarantined.
Yeah. How was your sword play? There's going to be a lot. If sword play is what keeps people in charge, there's going to be a lot of dead people really quick.
And once every 3 weeks, we have social distancing LARPing.
LARPing?
Everybody comes into a live stream and we LARP via the internet.
What if I told you that's basically what TikTok is?
That's funny shit. LARPing. Tune in Monday nights and enter the round where we're going to practice LARPing.
Practice LARPing.
Tuesdays at 2 a.m. It's look at my scars.
Check us out on Monday on the LARP-nooning afternoon.
Oh, womp womp.
Womp womp. I know. I went too far. Sorry. You're LARP-noon. That would have been better. LARP-noon Mondays.
Every second Sunday at 2 p.m., it's the group toenail clipping session.
You really got to hurt me because I have no toenails. That sucks.
I don't know shit about your toenails.
Yeah,
I had to help Charlie with his today, so it was all fresh in my mind.
Yeah. Well, when you don't pay those drug dealers from the cartel, they tend to pull them.
They start going after them toenails.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Marty.
Shout to kidney disorders. My lady says my sword play is on point.
Well, then I guess you're going to be the king shit when it comes time. Glass blowing is for hippies. Nobody said it wasn't for hippies, but I guarantee you there's something useful there.
What was that? The hook and latch carpets they used to make, the little carpet thing, hook and latch.
What? Oh yeah. It was basically
hook and latch. We could do hook and latch. I don't know, Fridays. I don't know. We got something.
Macrame? Is that what that is?
Macrame
or origami Sunday.
Oh yeah. My God.
Yes.
You can find that all on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. Check us out.
You got a full schedule of programming now.
You got to keep it in the family, man. Got to keep it in the family. That's what I've been telling people. Keep it in the family.
We made fake commercials for all this shit and played it during the shows. We could really do. That's the afternoon, starting at 4 a.m.
Oh, it's not the 4 p.m. afternoon. It's the 4 a.m. afternoon.
As long as we keep the main shows in the prime time spot.
Oh yeah. That'd be funny. Got voted off.
Realm of Collectors prime time.
Brian says latch hook. That's it. Latch hooking. Latch hooking. That's a chick that you still have to pay if she doesn't want to leave.
Oh God.
Latch hooking. Latching.
She follows you home.
Yes, that's latch hooking. Gives it up, but doesn't leave. How those arms doing?
Pretty good. We're getting there.
This is like watching paint dry.
Right. Hey,
whoa. That's on fucking Tuesdays. 8 a.m. Watching paint dry.
Watching paint dry
with Harvey _dead.
Yes. Oh, this paint will definitely dry in the foreseeable future.
These arms are almost there. This one just needs.
Anybody got any cool shows? Let us know.
That we can add to the repertoire.
Yeah, but it's all got to surround like stupid hobbies and shit like that, like crazy obscure. Like stick whittling. Fridays, 2 p.m. stick whittling.
Damn it, I lost it. Damn it. I had a good one.
We could have a chicken cam going.
Fuck. Live chicken drop betting on ROC2 at the ROC gambling station.
We have other stations for other more obscure things. Right. Like MTV2 and shit like that.
Like the Ocho.
Potato peeling.
Oh, here it is. All right. Wednesdays at 12:30, right after the news, it's Lick My Stamp.
Stamp licking.
With Postmaster General Harvey _.
He's getting all the good shows, isn't he?
We got Matt says how to grout with Brian Rink. Shan says soap sculpting. How to form a junk band.
Catfishing with Nightwing in them.
And he doesn't have a fishing pole. He's just on the internet catfishing people.
Yes.
Alternate accounts and shit. Wow, we dropped 7 viewers.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Oh God.
So now we're painting the jacket.
I can't wait for how many people are going to steal these ideas.
What do you think the etiquette is on that, JD? Because we all steal from each other, but don't you think whenever you post it, you should give a shout out to somebody if you stole their idea, at least?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, so like, if anyone has seen the door that I did for our inn.
Hold on. Matt said scrapbooking with dust. Yo.
Yo, I go, you got your
That dust would be scrap hooking with dust.
Yes, yeah. Tuesday nights.
Oh boy. This is what it's come down to, guys.
Oh, yes, it has. Oh, this is awesome.
Hey, but they can all get viewers right now because people
Calligraphy hour with Tyler. Oh God,
he's killing it. But yeah, I think you should give credit where credit is due.
Exactly.
For
it happens in the hobby quite a bit, like the customizing stuff. Nothing else is like you can only do things a certain way so many times, and you pick up techniques from other people.
Well, I get the technique thing, but if let's say somebody had created a very unique, I don't know, diorama.
Maybe Popeye,
maybe an office, maybe one diorama maker was the first person to really do an unfinished concrete.
Drywall, yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden people are doing it really bad.
Oh, you really, Chris? Is that really happening?
Oh my God! It's like,
man.
Alex, I know you follow diorama groups a lot.
Yep.
It's pretty much just a thing.
It's just like everything that we do here, man.
I mean, that happens in the tattoo community all the time.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
And then, like
all
the original,
all you can say is you're welcome.
Well, I mean the original artist always, like almost always, especially if they're like a bigger name tattooer, they will do a side by side. And call that person out.
Yeah. Shout out to Blacksmithing with Shan.
Oh,
JD, I watched a YouTube video of that exact thing. It was tattoo artists look at people who badly did other people's tattoos, and it was eye-opening.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's a kind of a big taboo sort of thing. I mean, it's frowned upon. Like,
well,
you just stole somebody's artwork.
Well, if somebody, I have it happen often, somebody will hit me up, send me a picture of somebody else's diorama work and say, hey, can you make me this? No. No, I don't. First of all, I don't want to make that. Trust me. And two, no. If you find me a real world picture of that, I'll make something. But I'm not going to. Oh, I would never do that.
I mean, the same thing like in my world, like production world, people steal beats and they steal samples and they'll look for like spots in your music where the drums are silent, and they'll chop your snares and your kicks and resample them for yourself. Man, it's been going on for fucking years, man. No matter, it's everywhere. It's all over the place.
Duster, you watching that show, Dave, that Lil Dicky show?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a rapper named Lil Dicky. You might have heard of him. I don't know. It's a white guy. He basically has a song about being cheap. But he has a TV show on FX, and his best friend is his producer. Mm-hmm. And like that exact thing happened to him. He's like, look at this trash ass rapper, stole my fucking beat.
Yeah, that's why I don't really post online as much as I used to. If I do, I post it. I'll put it up on SoundCloud. I'll leave it up for a couple of hours, and I'll take it down. Because I haven't even people in my own fucking camp jacking my shit.
That's shameful.
Putting any names out there, but yeah. There's only one name that could be put out there.
Well, it's one
man.
thing to be inspired by somebody else's work, but to rip it off is completely different.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, because you know what, I've done styles of shit, and I've worked with music like in the same style because that's what I'm used to. That's what I like. So I emulate it until you find your own sound. And every once in a while, I like to go back and emulate that sound to say, hey, I recreated this, or I made it something that sounded like someone. But it's not something that I'll throw out there like, hey, it's original by my beat. It's just me having fun.
I used to even have that happening when I was running my wrestling promotion. I was booking it also, which was making the matches. If you don't know what that means.
And hold on, Brian Breaks says stealing thunder is also a common problem out there.
Yes, it is.
Like from Thor? That seems dangerous.
So there was another show in the next town over that ran later in the week than I did, and I would often get word that they were literally stealing my matches.
Wow.
Like using the same guys, doing the same spots, same run-ins. Like, really? How lousy.
It is what it is. Often imitated, never duplicated.
That's right.
Duplicated.
Just keep your brand a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're painting here and we're talking trash.
We're painting and talking.
Hey,
that's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here for.
What about Saturdays at 5:30 a.m. polishing hammers with Nick Brammer?
How about balancing some computer chairs with Nick Brammer?
I don't guess I know that reference. I might be better off though.
Yeah. Speaking of Nick Brammer, I will be on MPSP on Friday.
Oh, it's the vacation dust hour, making the rounds around the town.
Yeah, well, they actually invited me on like other podcasts. Fuck all you guys.
Oh.
I see how it is.
I really think the most likely one though is Cooking with Dust and Cooking with Chan.
Oh, Cooking with Chan was great. I would love to. I would drive. I would take some fucking Xanax and drive to fucking Stilton to do a Cooking with Chan and Dust show every week.
Yeah, that'd be a good.
I would definitely deal with the anxiety and make it work.
So of all the things, that's what breaks you of the
No. Well, they're only an hour and a half away.
I know.
I can't do the 3.5, 4 hours, but an hour and a half, I think I could do.
Dude, that would be rad.
Logo sticking for pleasure and exercise with Josh Fisher.
Damn it. I was trying to think of a Josh Fisher one and I failed.
It's funny, like there was a post where people are having problems with their Warpath. They're Sheridan fans towards Sheridan, not to bring this into Transformers. And I said, "Who QC'd that, Josh Fisher?"
Josh Fisher.
The legs are falling off.
Legs falling off.
God.
Shout out to JF. How's that vest coming?
It's coming.
Fucking Tommy Hilfiger over here.
So I will say,
throw some red stripes on that.
I will
give
say,
it to Raekwon.
Being a little smarter in the primer color that you use, I just kind of like hit everything the same color because I didn't really know what colors I was gonna pick because I never really.
We're changing the angle up for a little bit, so look at the camera. Talking.
Okay. So I just sprayed it all the same color. I kind of figured I'd go more of a natural, natural sort of palette, but we're getting crazy. So I probably would have used like a white or a black primer. Like I said, last time I went and bought primer, they didn't have gray because that's usually what I do. Just use the gray and then just use the flesh tone stuff for when I'm painting heads. But it's all right. We'll make it work. It's just gonna be a couple more coats. This is just about ready though. So
you have one coat in your hand.
I sure do.
All right, back to the painting profile.
It's missing its sleeves.
So I had that same problem with that ogre that I dyed. and because I didn't dye the head, I put a gray primer on it. But you know how dark it was. I put that brown on top of it, and it was way lighter. So I just covered it with a layer of black paint.
Yep.
And then put the gray on it.
And then put the gray on, yeah.
Matt's coming up with a good one. So you want to be a meme lord with Robert G. Robert D. Robert D. That should be Robert D.
You could have a Photoshop one too, just swapping faces everywhere.
Yeah, the what's that? The markup.
Yeah.
There's a lot of markup and Photoshop and
So, what's that? That's one of those little foam brushes.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
These cheap little foam brushes. We got a bunch of them here, and I'm like, you know what? This would actually work pretty well
for a holder. Yeah,
holding it.
Nice.
Cool.
Shout out to the chat squad. Thanks for everybody joining us tonight. We're about 126 in here. We're customizing and painting and doing shit. Talking trash. We're like a little Jerry Seinfeld.
Hey guys, I went and took a nap. What I missed? Just kidding.
Anybody in the chat, you got some questions? Just keep them coming. We'll that's the perfect way to get some banter going here and keep this moving.
Yep.
Hating what you love with Rustamus. Bro. Wow, shots fired. That was from Beansy. Matt H. Beansy's fucking really killing it tonight.
He's on fire.
He's a true cocksucker.
San Francisco.
Oh, he's from fucking Boston, so cocksucker all day, every day. I gotta go back and give Deadwood another watch, man.
Yeah, dude, that shit's so great.
Dust, my parents have been looking for shows to watch, and they had watched Justified and a couple other shows that honestly I thought were a bit racy for them.
Yeah. And they liked it.
I'm like, well, then your cousin told me I should watch Deadwood. I said, Mom, don't do that. I said,
abort.
Mom, I'm just gonna say it, but they throw around the word cocksucker like amen at church.
Yes.
Trixie, you loopy cunt.
You loopy cunt. Loopy cunt.
Loopy cunt.
Love it, man. Fucking Swear Engine is the man.
He is fucking awesome.
Is that one of the shows they're doing for free through HBO right now?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I know, but even if you don't have the
was
Prime,
that through cable? Was
like
that through cable? Or was it through streaming?
I don't know. I think it was through the HBO Go. They were doing it for free. Yeah, I thought I'd seen it. I watched.
I was thinking about redoing HBO Go or HBO Now, whatever their app is, and I went back because I used to have it back in the day. It was like $15 a month. I'm like, fuck you, man. You guys should be giving this away for $5. I'll do it for $5.
Right.
Yeah. I ain't doing fucking 15, man. Fuck you.
Some of these streaming services are arrogant.
I mean, I could get everything fucking free. You know how I am, but sometimes it's easier. Sometimes it's easier just to pop open an app other than waiting to fucking do things the way I do things.
Arg.
Yeah, you know, Cyberflix. You still got to wait for shit to fucking play, and sometimes the stream is off and it fucking buffers. So
I've been having a lot of problems with AceFlix streaming lately. I need to talk to the manager over there and see what he needs to get some new hamster food.
Yeah, but I know if you have Amazon Prime, they have a lot of the old school HBO shows for free. Sopranos are free, Deadwood is free, Entourage, early seasons of Curb are free. The good stuff. Boardwalk Empire, which was really good.
Really good.
Really good fucking show.
I've never seen it. I know what it is. I just have never watched it.
Yeah, it's a good show. It kind of like takes a left turn out of nowhere. But then again, it was right around the time, I believe, with the strikes and all that shit. And everything kind of
does. Not sponsored by Amazon Prime.
Yes. Check out the new sponsor on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. It's Amazon Prime.
Hey, I'm wondering who's going to be asking for some of their Prime money back since, they've had to wait an extra day to get their watch batteries. First world problem.
Well, what's funny is like I was scrolling through. I had to buy some sheets, and like I'm looking for towels and shit like that. And the delivery times are definitely extended, no matter what. Like my sheets will be here in 3 days, but my bath towels are gonna take a week.
You know, and I think a lot of that's heavy estimated because I ordered something instead of be here like it was going to be a week and a half, and it came in 2 days. So I think they're just kind of being cautious.
Yeah.
You know, there could be a situation, you know, where you won't get your shit for months, but
Word.
So
it's not like I'm fucking looking for Earthrise figures, you know what I mean? I need some essential. All the laundromats are closed. They locked down all the laundry places here in the development. So you know, I'm tubbing it, man.
Are you really?
Tupperware, little fucking take the plunger handle upside down, whoosh it around a little bit. So what am I wearing, man? I'm just wearing t-shirts and fucking underwear and shit, man. It don't matter. I bought a clothes rack to dry that shit. I got a spin cycle.
You make the sound effects while you do it?
I got a great spin cycle. I go down to the creek. Things out the creek.
That's what we do here.
Beat the shit out of my underwear on a rock. It's all good.
So we're continuing on with base colors.
All right, we're done with the shirts and shit.
Yeah, for now.
Oh, for now.
Well,
how long is this gonna go?
Well, we just laid base colors.
I gotta meet someone in a half hour.
Oh, you do? You got a date?
Tinder Wednesday. It's done virtual now.
Yeah, it's a social distancing mixer.
Yeah, it's all done via Skype.
Oh.
The StreamYard.
Just add them. They can watch us.
No. You guys are gonna fuck up my game.
Oh man. Well, who's gonna teach Zumba on the Realm channel? Gary. Gary will teach it.
Gary, yeah.
Oh, Zumba.
Gary's gonna teach Zumba every morning at 5:30.
Tara's like, you didn't buy? No, I didn't buy the washer. I'm not spending $200 on a fucking washing machine. The portable washing machine. It's all right. I'll do it in the creek. I'm fine. Thank you, though. I appreciate you looking out, bro. I'm just hanging out in the house. Everything else is done. No, it was $200, bro. He's saying it was $100. It was $200. CPAP life with the Enter the Realm. The entire realm. No, Matt says CPAP life with the entire realm of collectors.
Wow,
Matt, we gotta talk to.
We need a lot of feeds for that one.
Wow.
So now Matt's the program director of the Realm of Collectors.
Yep.
I'm gonna say one mean tree falling with Matt Hurd. That's okay. I'm sure he can appreciate it.
How to clean your CPAP.
Oh God, in 7 easy steps.
Yes. That's with Chuck, the fact checker. How to clean your CPAP with Chuck.
It's a 4-hour show. We don't know why.
I remember when we were all crashing at your place at the Crash Box compound. This motherfucker got up. He looked like Darth Vader. I was like, bro, what are you doing? Go to bed. He stepped up. He looked like Darth Vader from a Ralph McQuarrie picture. A Ralph McQuarrie fucking painting. With this, you ever seen the one with the scuba? Scuba lines and shit.
That was Star Killer.
Yeah, the early days, man. Good stuff, man. God, man, shout out to Chuck, man. Shout out to everybody. We're just fucking around. Oh. How to not look like a fucktard with running a chainsaw with Matt H.
Running with chainsaws.
Yeah, but you know, it's like I've been you Chris today in the chat. You put me up on that Talking Sopranos podcast. You know, I've been up on it for a couple of weeks now. It started a couple of weeks ago. They talked about it for like a couple of months, but I guess they jumped on it now with what things are going in hand.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like they put a teaser up in the end of February, and all of a sudden,
it's terrible.
4 episodes.
It's terrible. It's Michael Imperioli and Steve Sherpa, who played Bobby Baklava.
Yeah,
and like
saddest death of any of them in the train. The hobby.
With anybody that starts with podcast doesn't know podcasting. Of course, you're gonna get an hour and a half of talking over each other. One thinks he's the host, the other one thinks he's the host, and that's what you're getting from this. The audio is shit. They're doing it from their living rooms, but every once in a while you'll get some cool banter from them. They're talking. Every episode is going to be them going through all the episodes one by one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and Michael Imperioli, he's got a lot of knowledge because he's a writer, he's a director, he's a producer. He's written some of the episodes. He's even though you don't really, he's always that undercard gangster guy, Spider, because he was labeled Spider.
Spider.
He's done a lot of indie work, and he's done a lot of stuff on Broadway and on in plays and stuff. But some of the insight he brings in, his knowledge is like from a directing point of view. Like if you see one scene end a certain way and it starts another way, he'll tell you why it does that. It goes from the most extreme to Tony in the backyard with his family.
That's because Christopher read all those books about screenplay.
Exactly. He hung out with the D girl. He fucked the D girl. You know.
Right.
Shout out to the Sopranos. But yeah, I mean, it's a good listen. It's a better watch on YouTube to watch it because the audio is just fucking insane. In like. They're using Yeti mics, and you could just tell that fucking Steve Sherp is just not set up right. we know about the Yeti mics.
Yeah,
we know the hard setting. Got to set that hard setting up. But yeah, man, give it a listen. It's pretty cool if you like Sopranos, but it's making me want to go back and watch the episodes again.
Oh, so they get like in depth with the episode.
Every episode of their podcast is talking about the first episode. They go to the second episode, the third, and they're supposed to be bringing other people on the show. That's the whole concept of them talking behind the scenes of what they know about it and what they like about it and what goes on. So
that's pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, guys, when I signed up to do this, I didn't realize this was going to be a marathon thing. So I do need a bounce, but can I show a couple things real quick? I wanted to.
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to highlight you right now. There you go.
Right. So those of you that know, I have a very extensive collection of this fine feathered friend here, Constable Zuvio.
Flathead.
And I didn't know if JD had ever seen the glory that is the fully customizable body underneath.
Oh, yeah. I've ripped a couple of them apart.
That's the body that's under there?
It's just one big ball joint in there.
He's got a great ball joint.
Yes.
I've broken a couple of those. That big ball joint there, I've broken it.
Plus hearts.
Yeah, these things are actually pretty posable considering what they are. And this is for Brian Brink. I wanted to show him.
Pewter gray.
Pewter gray. Yes, I actually have it in multiple sizes.
Wow.
Yeah, because I know Brian Brink loves that color. He's very confused about it. So. Gentlemen, thanks for letting me hang out with you. I am gonna part ways.
That's a lot of archways.
Project. Yeah, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 of these that I have 6 more to do.
Nice.
Yeah, I try to get the plug in there. You know,
that's okay. They're still available for order. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, man.
See you guys.
See ya.
All right, back to painting here.
All right, so we got our bases laid. So
now we're gonna do the wash. What are we doing? Details.
So this is the dry brush. So like, the trick with this is getting it on the end of your brush and kind of.
Yeah, do you find that you're wasting more paint by just doing that? It's gone.
Well, the nice thing about this is it's already kind of formulated, so you don't have to sit there and waste a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of getting off the
wet ends.
The wet ends, yeah.
But then
and
you could
the
go.
other nice thing is,
can you go back to the paper towel to get some more?
So the
right,
nice
so
thing is I
okay.
can keep going back to this because it's
Gotcha.
still moist.
Gotcha. That's all I needed. Keep it rolling.
So we're just gonna
Saving money with dust.
That's it.
saving money with dust.
Man, you gotta save some money, man. I'm talking $4.99. Little jar, man. You gotta watch it, man.
So basically, the point of this is just to highlight the high points on the sculpt. It's probably going to be hard to see on the camera, but you can kind of see like how it started picking out his collar. Like I said, it's probably a little tough to. We'll see if it works on the back here. So yeah, see, the camera's not the greatest.
So basically, what you're doing is just taking the lighter end of the edge of the brush and just waiting for it to kind of pick up on some of the higher details.
Yep.
Is that what you're trying to do? Like it's going to grab the higher details?
Yep.
So you know a little something.
Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be a little harder to see it on camera. Maybe we can just, when we're all done, we can take a picture of it and post it in the realm.
You can check that out in 4 days.
We'll have this done tonight.
I gotta run with the joke, bro. Man, my fucking Imperial fucking transport is empty. I gotta go to back to the the Imperial transport. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? This is where I usually I don't know, bring the beers in on the Imperial transport here. The Imperial transport's empty, so I have to refill it. Bring it back in. While we're painting. Shout to vacation.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, 5 days of straight drinking. Thanks, guys. Actually, just drink on non-working nights, but I guess I'm on vacation, so I have to drink.
I mean, you don't have to. Nobody's twisting your arm.
No, you did twist my arm.
Did I? All right.
No, not all. Do you want Dust? Do you want? Hey, what's up, everybody? Dust Mites here.
True. I believe people are here to be entertained, so we'll keep it that way.
Entertaining somehow, and it's been a while since we had some sort of fucking GIF up on the screen. So
yeah.
Oh man,
right.
You know what the show needs?
What's it need?
Needs more gravy.
Can't help us out with that. We need more gravy.
This time we didn't forget the gravy.
Yes.
Anybody that remembers that cartoon, holler in the chat. Wow, Matt says that Matt, you're being very vocal. You want the link? Come in here and join us.
Yeah, buddy.
That blue looks really good, JD.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, boss.
So we're gonna do the blue. We're gonna dry brush some blue in here.
Decided out of the fucking blue.
And like as you can see,
and some dry brush.
They're all different shades. So we use these two for the jacket, and we have used these two for his shirt.
So it's a 2-step process there, right?
Yeah, usually it's 3, but like I said, I'm trying to keep it a little simpler so it doesn't take so long to do this. It's gonna have the same sort of effect.
Work faster.
Yeah.
Stock those shelves. I feel like I'm back at work. Be more productive. Efficient.
Efficiency.
Efficient. That's what they were giving us before all this shit went down. And they're like, please stay. We'll give you more money. Shout out to essential workers. Please don't leave us. We'll give you more money. Shout out to Russian roulette.
What's wrong? Take 3 blue pills.
Latch and hook.
15 minutes.
Latch and hook on Realm Collector's fucking YouTube channel. It's going to be a great show. We're going to get a lot of fucking subscribers for that one. We're hook and latch or latch and hook. What the fuck it is? Hey, there he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
In the house, Beansy. Yeah, we're putting you out there like that.
It's all right. It's all right.
You were very vocal out there, so we said, "Fuck it, just bring you in." What's up, dude?
I'm on a lot of pain medication, so.
Yeah, so am I. It's called Bud Light. Bud Light and Red Baron Pizza.
Man, you didn't even go for the DiGiorno?
Nah, DiGiorno sucks. I'm not a DiGiorno fan whatsoever, man. Nah.
DiGiorno stuffed crust DiGiorno.
Nah, DiGiorno's overrated, man. You want a really good pie? And shout out to the dude that does the One Bite pizza reviews. He's been doing frozen pizza reviews since he's been locked down. You want a really good frozen pie? Freschetta is really good if you get in your area. Freschetta.
Okay, yeah.
But don't get the rising crust. Get the thin.
The thin crust, huh?
Thin crust. And if you're doing DiGiorno,
yeah,
the margarita pie.
Okay.
It's fucking incredible. Incredible. That margarita pie. Fucking banging.
Good to know.
Banger.
So do you like those contrast paints, JD?
No,
I actually don't have any of them yet. Like I said, I've been trying to like phase out all of like my bases and layers.
Yeah. And
switching over to the airbrush stuff.
Right.
I've been meaning to like check the contrast and shade paints just to see, you know, how much quicker I might work some of this stuff out, you know.
Yeah, I feel like the contrast stuff works really well if it's, you know, like fur or like a lot of detail, but if it's like a lot of open space, furs,
sorry,
apple bottom jeans, things of that nature.
Wool.
Like I would never use contrast on, like, say, a stormtrooper. You know what I mean? Where it's a lot of flat panels.
Yeah. Yeah, you want the detail there. You know, lots of texture or whatever.
Yeah.
So can pick that out. Yep.
So it looks like while you're dry brushing, you're increasing the amount of pressure you're putting on it. Like it looks like you're going real light at the beginning. Well, when you start finding the spots, you start hitting it harder.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
This brush is really soft though too.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize I'm not even really on camera. Yeah, for like bigger areas, you know what I mean. I'm hitting deeper with the brush.
Hitting deeper with the brush.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of jokes I could have jumped in on there for the past. But I just kept keeping it light, people. Keeping it move. Man, I just fucking farted. It's really bad.
Nice.
I feel like that one. I feel like Tot from fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark. Face is melting. Is that his name, Tot or Tote? What was his name?
You gotta ask the guy that's really into Indiana Jones right now.
Yeah, where the hell is he at? Where the fuck is not a red? Not even in the house.
Yep.
It's past his bedtime.
Actually, his name is Hot.
One thing I forgot to do.
I feel like my ass just opened up the fucking ark, and my eyes are burning. Hey, that's a good one. Gotta write that down.
So the bad.
What are we doing here? Crimson. What was that? Lizard Crimson? Lizard Crimson?
Yep.
Yes, the beers are flowing, people.
No,
after doing all that dry brushing, now the pants look bad. You know,
because we're gonna give his pants a wash when this is all done.
Okay. Wash.
A wash.
What are you doing? His neck?
Yep.
What? He's red?
No. So this will be a 2 to 3 step.
Oh my God! 2 to 3.
So next time we do this,
AD, when I signed on, I thought it was gonna be like a hour maybe tops.
I know, right?
I think the next time is Dust has all the paints in the figure, and you have to walk him through how to do it.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Damn it! Why did you? Oh man, why would you even get this now?
I mean, you never know. I'm not that much of a fucking idiot. I play an idiot online. That's all. Everything I do online it's a character just to get you guys back. expensive. No, not actually.
Dustin's gonna have to tape a brush to his flipper.
Yeah. Back in the day, I was a great artist, man. I used to write graffiti. I've done a lot of fucking comic book art, a lot of shit, man.
No,
And
dude, you're a talented cat. I have no doubt you could pull it off.
Yeah, you can tell by the "Nothing Lasts Forever" album cover. A lot of broad strokes and blood.
Nah, we got some of your artwork on our table.
Yeah,
We left it here for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was a good time, man.
Yes, it was.
And we're gonna have a good time this year. Fuck all this shit.
Fuck all this shit.
Now, JD, do you do like edge highlighting, or do you do more of like a wash type style to get those edges to pop?
So with like the dry brushing, you know what I mean? It's more of an I guess it all depends on like the texture that I want.
Right.
So like if I'm doing something that's metal, I'll do like an edge line across it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Jello Slapper in the chat wants to say, how long does a figure take to start to finish? Well, you're gonna find out here tonight.
What are we at? An hour and
51
minutes. So we're gonna tack what? Half
an
hour off that?
Probably about half hour, 40 minutes for banter. Another 20 minutes for just scene changing. So yeah.
All right, so
I like how Matt knows all the terms, edge brushing and shit like that.
Yeah, I painted 40K and fantasy crap for probably close to 20 years. So
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's not exactly a.
Oh, and Matt's out. See you later, dude.
Oh, really?
Shout out to the Boston internet, Comcast of Boston, cacksucker. Shout out to Beans. You can find him on the One Too Many podcast. Myself and Frogman. Hey, he's back. He's back like a bad rash. He's back in the house.
Like a bad penny.
Yes. Fucking shitty ass penny.
From Boston.
From Boston. What do we got there?
We got
Pac-Man yellow?
Yep, pretty much.
Yellow is I fucking hate painting yellow.
Yeah, yellow was hard to cover.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? I was gonna pick out the stripes on his jacket.
All right, you gonna do it? Let's do it.
I think the cool blue with like a hot yellow is really gonna set it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do the stripe in white first?
Are we doing the actual character, or are you just freestyling?
I'm just making this shit up.
Oh, you're freestyling, so you're not doing it from someone. Okay,
nah, it's just like a random character.
All right, guys. Good night. No, I gotta go pee.
It's one of the things I hate about these. Some of the lids never fucking stay up.
Yeah, those Citadel pots the paint is excellent, but the pots are kind of trash.
Yeah.
You get that ring of paint in the edge and it never seals.
Yeah, on the back edge, and then it never sits right again.
Yep. I know a lot of cats that put them in the dropper bottles, but I can't be bothered with that.
Yeah, we're going to move that over there so I don't spill it.
I think they should just offer both.
They should.
I mean, you pay a lot for that paint. You should be able to decide which way that you want it packaged.
Well, like,
ooh, hi.
I know Privateer Press has their own paint line. And then I'm trying to think of the other big one that people use.
I use Army Painter a lot, and it comes in the droppers.
Yeah, Army Painter comes in the droppers, and the Vallejo shit comes in. Comes in the droppers. But I'm so in on the Citadel paints, it's like I'd never be able to paint match any, if I...
Right.
Number one, I got a lot invested in the paint, and then number two, it's like, I'm going to use this brown. I was like, okay, well, that doesn't even look anything like my original paint.
Trying to match everything up, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's close, but, like I said, around me, Citadel is pretty much it's easy to come by. All the hobby shops sell it. So
yeah. So we'll have to get in that joint then.
Oh, that's actually coming really well. I didn't think it was going to stick that well, that yellow.
Yeah, I mean, I can still see through it, but
yeah,
I think my lights in here are kind of washing everything out a little bit.
now, what would you say, JD, to people, that want to get into painting their, customizing their figures as far as movability and chipping and that sort of stuff?
I mean, definitely, you definitely want to prime.
Mm-hmm.
If you think there's going to be any sort of paint rub, you know what I mean, you might want to think about just getting a file set, or like a very, very small file set, and or even like usually I use my Dremel if I have to do any sort of sanding in the joints or anything like that. I'll just use my Dremel and I'll
go whole hog.
Yeah, just kind of go crazy and grinding the whole joint down a little bit. But I mean, like, if you're doing it for yourself, you know what I mean? Just practice is the big thing.
Yep.
Just, staying patient. Definitely try your luck on something you got super cheap or something you don't really care about. I mean, usually you can go to $5 and below. You can find $5 fucking Black Series figures there, or
Gwenpool.
Gwen, like Marvel Legends and stuff like that. You can find those on clearance. Some of the retailers.
Not now.
What? Oh, not now. With all this.
Nope, you gotta stay home.
Yep, you gotta stay home. But I mean, like, check some of the online retailers. I know like Dorkside Toys, they do. They do like opened Black Series, open Marvel Legends, like characters they've robbed the Build-A-Figure parts from and shit like that. So it's like not really that big of a deal. If you're getting it on the cheap, and you're just gonna tear it apart or just try and repaint it or whatever.
Putting lines on that looks good.
Yeah, it kind of picks it out, right?
Yeah. Look at that. Looks like a Marvel character from the 90s. It's about to join X-Force.
Yeah, maybe that's what we're doing. We're making a
out
of a Star Wars character.
Not enough pouches.
Relax. You see how many drawers of shit that this guy has? He's got pouches for days.
I might just have to do that though. Like, make some fucking
dude, I'm gonna look online. Can I get a Paladin figure really cheap and send it to you?
Probably.
I'll send you my.
I have a bunch of them.
My Cannonball.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might have an extra one around here in one of my fodder drawers that I can just ship out.
$6.
Yeah, they're cheap. They're real cheap.
No, I'm just saying that's all I'm paying. $6.
Yeah.
Well, we had Hasbro showed up in the Carlisle area.
$18. Get the fuck out of here.
Just wait, dude. I'm saying I
want that half price.
I have a bunch of them.
Half price.
We got them for like $5 a piece. I'm pretty sure there's like, I don't know. There might be at least 3 of them here behind me in the shelf.
Well, in every dirty mattress sale for Marvel Legends, there's a Paladin figure in it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh man, that hurt. When you're trying to reach down and grab your fucking cable to fucking charge your phone. Shout to Fat Wife. Man. I was like, 1, 2, 3, fuck! 1, 2, 3, fuck! 1, 2, got it.
Got it.
Got it.
rocking herself back and forth.
That's, yeah. That's fucking funny, guys. You got to admit that's fucking funny. That's a comedy right there, guys. All right, there we go. We're painting on the fucking vest.
Throwing some cheesy little details on some Star Wars stuff.
Shout out to Nicky B. He's in the chat too. He customizes a lot of shit. These are the guys that you need to get on the show, man.
Heck
Get all the customizers in here, man. You all could like that from that blowjob podcast that's out there somewhere. All chicks get together and talk about giving blowjobs.
Seriously?
I know. It's on the It's a Miracle Podcast Network.
oh.
Where anything that you want to talk about or hear about is out there. It's called It's the Miracle Podcast Network.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
You must have refilled while you were peeing, huh?
Yeah, I filled up the Imperial transport. I'm approaching one too many moments right now. Want to do a beer count, Beansy?
Sure.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm on 15. So you know where that goes. Shout to the 120 podcast.
Only up from here.
Yeah, it's only going up from here. That's why you're there, to balance things out.
I try. if I'm the deciding factor, you guys are all fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked. Between Mr. Straight Man.
I've never seen it.
Yeah. Have you seen him be a straight man since? He's always off the fucking kilter, man. Whatever, man. We're painting yellow stripes.
So is that belt going to be yellow too?
The belt? Oh, here?
Yeah.
Nah.
See, I like the piping. I like that picking up the piping with it. I think it's
be real 90s if you had a yellow belt.
Yeah.
Come on. Get that details going, JD.
We're doing it. All right. So from there, grab some red.
If you need a smoke break, we'd always play some music or something.
I might have to take a pee here.
We'll have an intermission.
So we're going to use some red.
Ooh. Brick red.
What do I want to use? Should have busted out some new brushes. All right, we'll make this work.
All right, making it work here.
Make it work.
Now, what would you say your worst, like, you decided you're like, I'm going to convert this figure, and then as soon as you start painting it, you're like, why did I even, like, I am literally in hell. You ever have one of those figures?
Well, let's see here. Probably. I don't know. I can't really say that I haven't really hit any walls like that, because I mean, a lot of these I paint from top to bottom.
Right.
So I haven't really experienced that, or like something became a nightmare. I don't know. This stuff is like, it's always really fun to me. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I always very much enjoy doing a lot of this stuff. Just making new characters or making stuff that they haven't made yet.
Yeah.
That's mainly the reason I do this kind of stuff, is just so I can fill my collection with stuff
what you want
out there. Yeah, stuff that I want. Like we really need a Bib Fortuna,
Yeah.
I'm tired of not having a Bib Fortuna.
Yeah, I went all in on the GI Joe wave, and I'm mostly happy with them. But there's a lot of like Iron Man elements to them that I don't really care for, and I'm just like already kind of planning out in my head how I'm gonna kind of rectify that.
Wrecked them.
Damn near killed them.
Damn near killed them. Hey, there you go. That's why you guys are here.
But I've had models that, I put it together. I was like, oh, this thing's going to be awesome. And then I, get 3/4 of the way painting it. And it's like, nope, that looks like shit. Into the dip it goes. Repaint it. Into the dip it go. You know what I mean? And it's just a struggle,
So yeah, that's kind of cool, right? Whoops, wrong way.
I like that offset.
Yeah. Red, I'll probably need another coat, but I'm just gonna give people the idea. All right, so from here we're gonna do the next flesh tone. Start getting some of his eyes, or start getting more of the features on his face.
Yo, Justin L just posted a fucking picture of bacon. Cook the bacon that's in the form of masks with the fucking rubber ends, with the rubber band ends on the side with the fucking, oh, that's fucking crazy, man. That is probably the best fucking thing I've seen all night. Not saying you're not doing it, but wow, that's funny as fuck. That is funny. Shout to the Justin L.
It's in the shape of what?
Masks. Here, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Like
hold on.
Yeah.
Application window, Chrome tab, but we got the Facebooks there. All right, I'm sharing. You guys see it?
Yep.
That is fucking great, man.
Bacon.
That is fucking awesome. All right.
Bacon.
Back to fucking the gravies and shit.
Gravy.
It's gravy time.
Gravy time.
Needs more gravy.
Oh. It's a dancing Destro?
That's a dancing Destro, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Nobody's up on a dancing Destro. I am.
I'm down with dancing Destro.
Oh,
How else are you going to get the weather device?
No, who wouldn't be down with
fucking
dancing
assholes.
Destro? Who gives a fuck? The guy lives his whole life with a fucking mask on his face. Oh, wait a minute. We'll all be dancing soon.
And we don't mean mask Rocky Dennis style.
Oh, easy. All you want to get is loaded and laid. Remember we screaming at his mom? He's screaming at the chair. All you care about is getting loaded and laid.
Laid. Yep.
That's what he said to her.
Shout out to Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, Stoltz. The original Marty McFly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What are we doing there? What are we doing? We get a little fucking beard action.
Flesh
Nah,
tone.
just
beardo.
Yeah, just adding in the flesh tone here.
Is that an album from the 50s? Hey, check it out. We got the Flesh Tones right now, and they're doing those new single hit. I Love You, Baby, by the Flesh Tones. I love you, baby. Baby, 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 love you, baby. Love you, love you, love you, love you. No, nobody on the Flesh Tones. All right, good night.
And
I was trying to back you up.
I know. I heard that. No. Brian Brink, JD, why did you paint the head a dark red color first?
So the way that the
color could fucking adhere better. Is that me?
So the base is more of a red tone. I mean, like your skin, like cut yourself open, you're more red on the inside. You know what I mean? As long as oxygen hits it or whatever. But with the layer that I put on top of it, it still has that hue.
It's a Citadel system that does that, right? That is the base and the layers.
Yes.
Yeah. And especially, I find, especially with flesh tones, you want to work up from the darkest to the lightest.
Yes.
Baby.
What's going on over there, Dust?
We got the
the flesh tones. They're
flesh tones,
from
with their new hit.
1952 on Dust Mites Records. It's Baby by the Flesh Tones.
If there's gonna be the flesh tones, I think that's the realm after dark. I don't think that's
joining us on the Realm After Dark.
Or don't, please.
No,
Nobody wants to see that.
No, we could definitely go down that. On our 4th channel, Realm After Dark.
How to throw a successful key party.
Tinder Tuesdays with Dust. Oh man, look at that! JD's getting some head on the Realm After Dark channel.
No, I'm not.
That's a great show we could do. It's called BJs and DJs. We play some music and people talk about getting some head. Look at that on the Realm of Collectors After Dark channel.
Not suitable for young adults.
No, it's you're definitely clicking that little button, not children. We may have to go to Twitch. We may have to go to Twitch with that one.
You're gonna be Dust Turner at the end of this.
Little nub in there, JD.
Yes, sir. Well,
talk us through it, bro.
Little blemish
can be fixed with a knife.
You gonna put some age spots on there?
I can give him some freckles and shit.
Shout to Freckles.
Thick ass facial tattoo.
I missed that bitch.
Ooh, I could. I can give him the Mike Tyson. All right, look at his neck.
Necking it.
Now, didn't the guy that did that Mike Tyson face tattoo sue the guys at Hangover for using it or something like that?
So the way I heard it was that he didn't know it was going to be in a film, and he kind of got pissed off that it was, in a film, and he didn't get any kind of credit or whatever for it.
Oh, huh.
That's a bolt.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something you could copyright or not. Something was a tattoo you put on somebody else.
No. Yeah, I don't know of any tattoo artists that have copyrighted someone's tattoo.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't exactly the same. It probably just looked similar because there's a couple of hip hop guys that kind of took the same fucking tattoo around their eye around the same time and did it.
What's going on with that, man? There's just too many face tattoos.
So my theory is like.
Well, there's one thing wait a minute. There's one thing to do one tribal fucking tattoo around your eye, or you have a fucking scripture written all over your fucking face like a fucking retard.
Right.
Just saying. Am I allowed to say that word? I'm not allowed. Not allowed to say that. Sorry.
I want my face tattooed like the Joker.
I think as far as a lot of the SoundCloud guys, because even as accepting for the most part as tattoos are, if you have a facial tattoo, you're setting yourself into a different level. Same thing with a neck tat, but it's more a face tat. I think it's kind of they're kind of setting themselves up like, look, if this music thing doesn't pan out, like I'm kind of fucked. So I better make sure this music thing pans out.
Once you're in, you're in. There ain't no going back.
Nope.
Yeah, a guy at work's daughter's 18,
shout out a little pump.
and she got her first tattoo on her face.
See, now that's a trash artist, in my opinion.
Yeah, trash artist and trash ending.
Somebody should have been like,
Get it
hey,
for the money.
probably don't do it on your face. Maybe on your arm or your ankle. See how this works out.
Because I know a lot of the legit guys that I know, they won't even do hand tattoos unless you're heavily inked already. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you build up to those like really bold tattoos.
I wish we had a tattoo guy here live on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. We do.
Oh,
sorry, JD.
No,
What are the
no.
rules on
I mean,
tattooing?
that's how we all kind of look at it in the shop that we're in.
I thought maybe you guys just get together. Fuck it, he paid me.
Nah. No, I mean, a lot of young people do come in there and they want to start on their hand or in an obvious spot. And it's like, dude, you're like 18, 19 years old. You want to think about this first. You don't want to make that kind of commitment and not really have any idea what you're doing with your life.
Right.
I don't want to be the one responsible for ruining your life. You know what I mean? That's not up to me. That's up to you. Okay. So
we are at 2:15.
All right, look at that. Sorry, I'm also munching on some tater tots.
Shout out to tater tots. All righters? Are they all righters?
No, they're
house brand? Or they're organic? Super organic, gluten-free.
They're actually cauliflower.
$18 a bag. Oh no, the cauliflower. I'm out.
Cauliflower and broccoli.
Oh,
dude, you wouldn't even know.
Oh, there's no tater in that.
Oh man, Chan, chill. Chill.
It's good stuff, man. It's really good stuff. You don't even know.
Mm-hmm. 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 Be a little destro dance for that one.
I declare a dance off for the weather device.
Okay. So we got our detail brush. Let me get this out of my way so I don't chop the back of my finger off.
Or the tip of your thumb.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're gonna do some eyes.
Oh, good.
Now, what's your suggestion, JD, from doing eyes and not making them look like they're like super crossed?
This practice. I mean, I'll always hold this like back away from me.
Right.
I used to take like a red pencil or one of like the archival pens, and I would actually dot the pupils in first.
Yep.
But I found like as I'm doing my layers of the the iris and all that kind of stuff, I would find that the pen ink will end up bleeding all over the place, and then it turns like purple.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing that, and then I don't know. I'll just look at it and be like, I'll do the iris, and I'll show you here in a minute, like what I actually do. Alex and I were discussing a lot of this stuff earlier today in a different chat, and
yeah, I had a cross-eyed giant that I made.
It's so easy that you're putting on the eyes and you're like, oh, that looks good, and then you go, you take a leak or whatever, and then you come back and you're like, what the fuck?
Why is he looking over there and over there?
You looking at me and the wall at the same time?
Fucking Google eye.
The trick is really you give him one blonde eye, and then you don't have to worry about it.
There you go.
Just white one out.
The one eye's looking to the west, the other eye's looking to the east.
So like you get that sort of thing going on. Oh,
yeah.
Of course it's not gonna.
Yep.
You get the bunk eye and the good eye.
Uh-huh.
I wish the camera was a little bit better.
My stuff is so small, so a lot of times I don't even bother.
Oh,
fuck around with me, Dust. You'll wind up pregnant.
My wife, that's what wifey told me.
Okay.
Tuesday. We're doing that virtual thing now, Shout out to fucking Zoom.
Do what you got to, baby.
I zoom. In your boom boom. I'm sorry. Keep it going.
So the Warhammer stuff is so small that a lot of times I don't even bother with the eyes, and you don't miss it, because
Looks like I'm moving a really big dildo across the table there.
Yeah, what's going on there? What fucking letting your wang out?
No.
Ooh, let your wang out.
So I'm gonna do the iris with was that Storm?
Is that Cyrus the Virus?
Storm Vermin.
I told you these paints are mythic, man.
Storm Host Silver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the iris.
I'm reaching for my sword. Bring me the Storm Host so I can take off his head. Mythic. These are all mythic fucking paints, man. Four Horsemen, they need to get into this game, man. The only way you can customize fucking Four Horsemen fucking products is with mythic paints. Yeah.
Man, there's been a lot of murmuring about that where people are trying to paint the figures and they're asking, what paint to use to match the colors they have. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised that they did that.
Well, basically what they're giving you is like troop building figures, and they know people are going to customize, so why not jump on that?
Well, now they're jumping on even more. They're going to give us parts. Like they're going to give us head packs and
there you go.
Hand packs.
They get it. They get it now. They can get to the next level.
Right. And I don't even want them painted. I want them just send me raw plastic.
And you guys will buy it.
Oh,
and
so you can just
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You can just prime it and then just do your thing. Yeah, that'd be the way to go.
Like these guys, man, you want to fucking support them and you because you want them to keep creating good stuff. You guys love it. You're enjoying their product. So why not just fucking feed it and just make it work?
So they made an interesting decision here recently. They Cornboy was on another podcast talking about that they had another wave planned, but they're holding it because of the pandemic.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. They have to.
Yeah, they don't want people that are out of work to miss out on it.
Yeah.
So, like, if people are laid off, yeah.
Well, they know they're not going to make money if they release another wave now, and everybody's trying to keep fucking make ends meet.
Well, we got that stimulus check though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I ain't accepting it. I'm working, so I don't need it.
No, that looks real good,
essential, and I'm working. I don't need that shit. What gets me is like all these motherfuckers are screaming like, "Yeah, I'm making more at home on unemployment than I was making working."
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I'm working my ass off for the same shit.
Well, I'm essential, but I'm getting paid to sit at home and not go in.
Well, good for you, dude.
It sucks, man. It's I'd rather be at work.
I'm on vacation. I'm getting paid for my vacation. Yeah. But while I'm on vacation, I am not getting my bump. Because all essential workers got that bump. I'm not getting my bump. It's only for work hours. So being I'm on vacation, I am not getting the extra money that everybody else is getting.
All right, so we did the iris. We used the silver to do the iris. I'm going to go over it with a glaze.
Gilligan blue. Richard Guillaume blue.
Gilliman.
Was he Benson? What was Robert Guillaume? Was
Benson?
Benson, right? Yeah.
So all the Citadel paints are named after characters, armies, and stuff like that. So it's never like Brink's pewter gray. It's always like Gilliman blue.
Pink.
Yeah. Yeah, we could branch out into paints for the realm paints.
Realm paints, man. I got all that stimulus money that I'm not accepting. We can start some shit.
Russ the Must Brown.
Oh.
Russ Red. Just Russ Red. Just plain and simple. Like potatoes. Russ Red.
JD, you're gonna make these eyes look real easy, aren't you? None of it feel dumb.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Look at that. The guy's looking straight.
I haven't done the pupils yet.
It looks like Steve Rifkin from fucking Loud Records back in the day. Shout out to Loud Records. If you know hip hop, you know what I'm talking about.
So how long have you been customizing, JD?
There's the questions that's going to keep this moving.
Wow. I think my first custom was the Venturous I made for Bobby, and that would have been
Bobby.
for, oh boy, when the hell was that? 4 Skullfests ago? 3 Skullfests? It was the first Skullfest I went to, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a minute. So I guess, where I'm going with all that is, if somebody's watching this, you got to build up to JD level. You know what I mean?
So
man.
Nothing better than practice. You want to practice the fuck out of doing this shit.
Yep.
It's not going to come to you like right away. It will take time. But as long as you're willing to put the time and effort into it, you know what I mean? It will pay off. And of course, if you do this stuff like a couple times a week or even more, every night, whatever, it's just going to come to you that much quicker.
Yep.
So do you ever want to go back and revisit customs that you made because they're not
Yes,
the same
I would
level?
love to.
Yeah.
So with the eyes, what I'll do is I do the white layers, and then I do the silver for the iris, and then I go over it with the glaze, whatever color glaze I want to use. Then I go back with the black. I do the pupils. I will pick out the eyelash.
Do you have bloodshot dust for my fucking eyes?
I can make it.
I'm sure it's a color.
Proprietary.
Bloodshot dust. Dust shot.
Dust shot.
Yes.
Is that like a milky white?
No, it's just red. Just a lot of red.
Oh, okay.
That oh my
you might
god!
want to get that looked at.
I gotta go to work tomorrow, and I drank 35 beers.
What? You don't work tomorrow.
Shout out to the coronavirus, keeping me on my edge. Fuck up. Caddyshack? You remember Caddyshack? You remember Caddyshack when he's trying to take that one shot and everybody's like, fuck up. They're screaming at him to fuck up that shot. Shout out to Caddyshack, man.
Fuck yeah.
Classic.
Go.
Oh, he's got a black streak across his
Oh, man. God, sick. Yeah, I'm getting to that point, people.
Yeah.
This is where we're going. Oh, yeah. We're good.
All right.
I'm straight. Let's start playing music soon. We're going to get this dance party going.
Dance and Destro.
Fucking Beansy's going to start taking off his shirt.
Nobody wants that.
I think we do. There might be a couple people. Three or four. And we're going to watch some Looney Tunes cartoons because, everything revolves around Looney Tunes with us.
You know what? That would be a good line for somebody to get in on. Just like a Looney Tune, like NECA-sized turtle, but just with the Looney Tune dudes.
Yo, you do Looney Tunes? Anybody comes up to me with Looney Tunes, I love you. Will you marry me? Shout out to Looney Tunes.
We got this foghorn leghorn 6-inch. Say no more.
Now, I'm telling you, boy, you better paint that shit quick because we got to get out of here.
I say.
Do something. Blink or something. I don't know what's going on. You getting this? Blink or something, because I don't know what's going on. That boy's a little.
I say that boy just ain't right.
That boy ain't just right. Shout out to skunks that rapes cats. That's one of my favorites too. Looney Tunes had a skunk that raped cats. That's awesome.
Yes, they did.
For the children, baby. For the children. Well, it wasn't actually meant for children. But we watched it as children, and we're fine.
Are we though?
Yeah.
I think I'm
Mostly.
fine. Yeah, fine. What are you doing? The eyebrows?
Yep.
Nice. Why don't you bring oh man, I know we gotta get that camera closer.
So that's what you need is a drone that you control while JD's painting, and you can reposition it while he's doing that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be smacking me in the head and shit.
Right?
Man, that had really fucking good paint on that head. Look at that. That's a great color. Looks good.
So
Wow.
Wow, look at that. Holy shit.
come on, focus.
I know that dude.
I guess
He was in Iron Man 1. He was the bad guy.
That's Picard.
yeah, kind of looks like him.
Yeah, it does a little bit. Da-da-da-da-da.
You guys are just being
Picard.
baldest.
All right, so we got his eyes pretty much done. The white, silver, blue, black. Did the eyebrows.
When are we going to paint his testicles?
They're not showing.
Oh,
They're
testicals.
under there.
Say testicles. Toy Mafia still in the chat says, wow.
Yeah. Wow, he's right.
Man, that's good shit, man. Live right here.
Oh, so Chan says
MASHIN with ShelfGravy. ShelfGravy. What do you say? Chan says what?
Chan said that was 2 years ago when I did that, the Ventress that I took for Bobby.
Stop name dropping, JD.
So yeah, I know. I'm a name dropper.
You're a name dropper. Perpetual name dropper.
All right. So just an
Hi
added.
guys, check me out. It's Dusty Bottomus here, and I got a new JD custom from ShelfGravy. Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Shelf crazy.
Out the gravy. Crazy. Yeah, like I said.
So like once I have the eyes like all set, I will take the white and I will take the very, 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 very tippy tip of my brush and just get the tiniest bit of white on there and dab it either to the right or the left of the pupil. And it gives it like that shine, but whichever side you pick, it's got to be the same on both eyes.
Wow,
Like
that's really some intricate shit, man.
So we got all that.
Are you gonna do it now?
No. So that's what I
thought we're gonna get that. Oh, you did. We missed it already. You did it already.
Yeah, it just takes a minute. I really, really wish the camera would focus better.
That's all good, man. We get it.
No, that looks really good.
I mean, right there from there, it's in your hand and it's away from the camera. It looks more human than I do. It looks more like a regular human than I do.
It starts to get out.
That's amazing.
That was good, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe you can see it that way.
Insane, bro.
So what we'll do there, we're gonna take this shade.
Citadel in the house.
What is it? Reekland Flesh Shade.
Reekland Flesh Tones.
Yeah, we're gonna take
Rikers
that.
Island. It's bloody ass.
We're gonna take our detail brush and we're gonna run it right across his lips.
Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up.
Don't make me laugh.
Told you it's like Caddyshack.
No, man, it looks like he's got some herpes. Running down the side of his face.
Brian Breaks going to bed. He goes, tomorrow is a shower day. Yo, you know what I've seen online? You know, like those stickers you put on, I voted. It says, I showered.
But shower day is those dreaded Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Oh, really? Dude, I've been home all week. I shower every other day.
If you're a NoFX fan.
Yeah. I'm not new. I'm new to this quarantine shit. I'm on vacation. It's different. Quarantine and vacation is different. You're in because you have to. I'm in because I envy you. Oh man. Yes, I'm burping.
You're allowed. You can.
Yeah, I do that from time to time.
Happens.
It happens.
All right, and I'm also gonna take this and
get super fancy.
Yep, I'm gonna put it in the inside of the inside corner of his eye and drag it out to the edge of the eyelash. So
he's doing some gourmet shit over there.
That's with that gourmet shit.
Gourmet shit. So why am I coughing? I've been home for 5 days, Corona.
Rona.
Generally, when I do the eyelashes, I only do the top one. I'll do pretty much the whole way across.
Oh no, you're not painting eyelashes.
No. But like, I'm giving that illusion. So I took the brush when I did the lashes. I went right across the edge of the top of his eye, pretty much the whole way across, and then the bottom part I took and just glided around half of it to the outside corner. So then I'm taking this shade and I'm dipping it in the opposite, running back the other way. So it's opposing the black that I used for his eyelashes.
Wow, when you post this online, just make sure you get like close-up pics of that shit.
Yeah, I will. So
all the way up, further.
Kind of picked out his lips a little bit.
Yep.
Wow. $5 blowjobs. Just saying.
Oh no, he didn't.
I can rewind that. No, I can't.
Right, cool.
On the Realm of Collectors After Dark channel.
We are almost there, fellas. So, where'd my silver go?
Hi-yo, silver!
Away.
Good.
You're the Lone Ranger now.
Let's see. Keep that
Shout
there.
to the Lone Stranger.
So we're gonna take this.
More mythic paints.
Yep. This was the
you don't need
same.
much. Look at that. Look at that. Little bit on the fucking tip.
Little dab will do you.
Little dab will do you.
Little dab will do you.
Shining, Jack Nicholson. Little dab will do you.
So he's got like some little tech here, some tech pieces sticking out of his jacket. We're just gonna pick those out in silver and.
This my protractor.
Yeah, probably. But this is how he calls his mom.
Shout out to the tractor.
I'll pick me up.
Tractor story.
How about the hyperspace ball?
Roller skating is done.
What would roller skating be in Star Wars, do you think?
I think it'd be like terrible jetpacks on shoes.
Pod racing.
On shoes?
Pod racing.
Wizards.
Yeah, little rocket jets, you know.
Yeah, they're miniature fucking speeder bikes on your fucking feet.
Your feet. Little sled to your feet.
You pay dance music. All right, this is for all the couples.
We got the Yub Yub remix. Yub Yub.
Double skate.
Yub Yub. Yub Yub. Original version. But you get what I'm doing there. You know where I was going.
Heck yeah.
All right, what are we doing?
Yeah,
The silvers and shit.
I think we got it.
You got it? You rocked it?
I think. Anything on the sleeves? Nope. No tech there. All right.
It's all about tech.
So we can't. I don't know. We're gonna try this.
Oh, you think it's dry enough?
We're gonna try.
Blow on it.
We'll touch it up. I mean, should probably. All right, so we won't do that just yet.
All right.
But so all that's left to do, I'll take it outside. I'll spray it with the sealer. Same with the head, and then the head I'll bring back in, and I'll do a gloss coat on the eyes and the lips, and that will be done.
All right.
And you can put everything together.
We got this, man. We'll take a couple of seconds out. We'll do a little something. We'll hang out here and bullshit for a while.
Okay. Cool. Well, then I will be right back.
You got 6 minutes.
Fair enough. BRB.
All right, Beansy's going to take us into this next 6-minute fucking session here.
So what I was trying to get at for a second, if you're new to this, don't, you got to practice. You got to really work your craft and don't get frustrated. When I started painting models, it was, I'd look at a magazine and look at what I was painting and be like, oh my God, like I'm a fucking clown. So, just take your time and, hone your craft. Like JD's been doing this for a minute, so don't get frustrated and give up on it.
Well, with everything, man, it's all about fucking.
You got to put your work.
Yeah, you put your work in, you practice. Not everything right out the fucking gate. No matter what you're doing, whether it's painting, drawing, or making music, or whatever the fuck it is, or doing podcasts, it's not gonna be fucking banging right out the fucking box. You know what I mean?
Right.
You take your time and you master your craft. It's gonna be a while, But when you do have that one banger, you know what I mean? There's gonna be that one banger. You're like, oh my God, this is the shit. I love it so much. It makes you feel so good. And then whenever everybody else comes around and says, yeah, that's dope. No, you did it. And then you go.
Yeah, then you end up chasing that the whole time. You want to do that next banger.
Gotta get that banger.
And then what your banger was a year ago, then you come back and look at it 3 years later and you're like,
yeah, you're like, oh my God, that's just a piece of it, so
I'm a failure.
Nick Brammer, the thing is, the better you get, the more you're going to want to go back and read. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
100%, Nikki.
Sometimes you just need to leave it alone, man. Just let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Music-wise, it's the same thing. Like I could reuse that sample and do those drums differently. I'm like, just let it go.
Enough is enough.
Yep. Do new. Keep pushing that energy towards our newer projects, better projects. But always look back to what you've done in the past. It's like stepping stones and knowledge to where you can go further.
Well, you see your progression too. You look at something you did a year ago when you first started, and then you look at something that you did today, and you're like, wow, like I'm really getting better at this.
True.
But I was really hard on myself when I first started painting miniatures, and it was like, you know what? I'm new at this. I'm not going to be next level, and you just got to work to try to get to that next level.
Fucking miniatures are fucking crazy. Like doing a 6-inch figure, at least you got some sort of fucking wiggle room.
Right.
Miniatures, man. You got, Jesus,
right.
You just like,
right.
I think it's good. Drop a little dibs on that fucking thing.
Like let me see here.
Hold on, I'm gonna highlight you.
That's the size of stuff I'm painting.
Wow.
and it's still got some work. But I mean, I don't have to paint eyeballs on it. You know what I mean? They
got shields.
Yeah,
they got helmets and shit like that. You're good.
Right, and you wouldn't even notice the eyeballs to begin with.
Yeah, but don't they got like hoses and shit like that?
Yeah, they got hoses, helmets,
wires and shit, and fucking clips in the gun and shit like that. But the hoses and shit.
Hoses.
You can find that on Sunday nights after 12 a.m. on the Rumble Collectors After Dark channel. Hoses and shit. No, hosted by Matt H. Hosted by Beansy.
No, I'm Baron Cub.
Yeah, that's where we're going. We're waiting for fucking JD to come back because he's priming. What's he doing?
He's priming. He's putting on his. He's not priming. He's putting on his seal coat.
A seal coat.
So what that will do will prevent a degree of chipping. He'll be able to
cracking. Yeah. So if you bend like I think what his problem was, he was bending the vest.
Yeah.
Probably there was a problem with the paint cracking and chipping, but
Right. So that will allow you to, you'll be able to dust it. You'll be able to handle the figure. Yeah, exactly. And it creates another barrier. So when you're touching it, you're not rubbing paint off or whatever.
Yeah, I get you. So that's what he's doing right now. So we're just holding it down, man. Thanks for you guys popping in there. Shout to the chat squad. Shout out to Matt jumping in. Alex, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
I told JD, man, we got to get some people in there that are very familiar with customizing. Shout out to Pinkerton, because what's a customizing show with you and me who knows nothing about customizing? Right. So we saw what path that was going to go down, but hey, I'm just here to just keep things moving. That's what I'm doing. I'm the co-producer of the show. The show is called FIGGAH MASHIN with ShelfGravy. Mashed potatoes, gravy, get it?
Now is this going to be a regular joint?
We'll see what happens, man. We haven't talked contracts yet.
Always difficult.
Yeah, you know how that is, man. And we got to work things out.
There he is.
Hey, but at least he's keeping it in the family. What up, Jay?
Disturbing.
Yo. So, Alex, here's a good tip for you.
He's back. All right, what do we got there? We got the heat gun.
This heat gun is invaluable. So, if you're not sure if anything is dry, you just hit it. I know that, in our conversation earlier, you were saying about how you get impatient, waiting for stuff to dry.
Yep.
This will secure that.
So just keep heating shit up over and over, huh?
Sure. Yeah. Paint it on there paint a layer on, hit it with the heat gun.
Yeah,
paint a layer on.
A brush and a heat gun in one hand.
So what'd you do? You went down there and hit the sealant on that?
Yes. So shit.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, I just dropped it.
That's gonna be in about 12 minutes.
So yeah, I took it outside. I sprayed it with the anti-shine. And
me painter anti-shine.
So good thing this thing was flexible. We're gonna hope it doesn't scrape anything off.
So was that the deal? Like you were trying to put it on him, and it kind of started flaking and cracking.
No, I just didn't want it to start peeling off.
Flaking and crack.
Yeah.
So, all right. So it's on there. It's dry.
Yep.
Hold on. I'm gonna highlight your hand cam.
Okay.
Hold on. Shout to the hand cam.
So we're gonna try and stretch this thing around here without doing too much damage. I mean, generally, I'd probably do this with the arms off and then pop them on.
Now, do you wait a while, or is it like right out the box? You just hit it with the fucking dryer. Oh, push it forward a little bit more, dude.
Sorry,
we can't see what you're doing now. All I see is your little nubs. Shout to your nubs.
My nubs.
Sexy nubs. You cut them. I see you cut your nails pretty low. You want those guys? Is that cut or cut or biting?
They're biting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. See I knew exactly where to go. Love you, dude.
It's on there. I'll have a little bit of touch up to do.
Okay, so now that it's on there, now you gotta fucking just do a few touch up joints. Wow, yeah. Look at how that amazing. Pops now. You know what? I was talking shit about the blue, but wow, out of the blue,
it pops.
You decided out of the blue to make that jacket pop. Yeah, look at it with that red little shoulder there, man. Yep. And the gadgets and the technology that's fucking highlighted with the silver. See, I've been paying attention, bro. I'm paying attention.
So we got him. We're gonna pop the. Well, actually, no. We're gonna do the.
Come on, give him a little head.
So I use this.
We've been waiting 2 hours and 50 minutes. Get a little head.
Technical.
What's that? Hard coat. Hard coat.
It's like a gloss.
It's a glossy finish.
Get them eyeballs wet.
Yep, gonna make his eyeballs look like they're wet.
Wow, you're really doing a lot of work on the eyeballs. That's something that nobody really. That's detail.
That is detail.
It really is, because nobody's like, fuck the eyes. I want his boots to look good.
I want his boots popping.
Yeah.
This Yeezy
laces popping. Got them Yeezys on there. Shout out to the Yeezys. Glitter on my Yeezys.
And then whatever's left, I'm just gonna run that.
Oh no, you're not gonna make them all. You wanna fuck me? You're gonna make them all Buffalo Bob and shit.
That's
it adds,
fuck me.
It adds just that little bit.
He's got lip smackers in his pocket. That's what it's.
Yeah, that's right. This is where we go at 3 a.m. in the morning. No, it's 12:22. You know,
he's all lip glossed up.
Wow, look at him.
You kids want some gushers?
It looks like the yellow jacket from the Ant-Man movie. I'm ready.
All right. So
just make a fucking glory hole in your diorama and we're set.
Oh! Who said that? Well, hey, that just gave me an idea for something for Deadpool, doing a Deadpool in the bathroom, putting a glory hole in there.
Just having an orc on the other side.
It's all about the yuck people. Oh, there it goes. Snap that head.
Nope.
Ooh, didn't stay on, huh?
It's because there's paint on it. That's why.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Yeah. I have no hands. All right. And this is a character you got to come up with a name for him. You know that. You made it live right here now. It's got to have a name.
What are we going to call him?
I don't know.
What is it?
No, it's got to have a cool name, man. We got to get a story.
Really?
Is he a fucking bounty hunter?
No, he's a tech nerd. He lives in his mom's basement, and he's just been on the Star Destroyer to update the systems.
I don't see him being Imperial. I see him more of a rebel or just a regular Joe.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
That's just me. That's what I get from him.
I'm getting a contractor vibe.
Contractor.
Yeah, like he just contracts out, you know. You need a new bathtub.
He's an actually guy. Actually, the 13th story of the Dark Death Star should not have an elevator.
So what I'm doing here right now, I'm just kind of shaving the nubs down for his hands so they kind of pull out a little easier.
Because of the paint that you got in there?
Nah, just because they were already tight to begin with.
Oh. Yeah, but can't you fucking go too much?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Always do less than you think you're gonna need because there's no putting it back.
Yo, TSC in the chat said call him Fred.
Fred.
That's cool. His name's Fred. Fred's dead. Fred's dead. Shout to Fred.
Nah, he needs a good name like Gus or
Irving.
Irving. Perfect. Irving. Let's see here. Where can we go with this? Irving bathroom fitter. Oh. There we go. Look at that.
Irving Grave. Gravy, Grave.
Grave.
He's French.
Irving Poutine.
Throw him a little blaster here.
There you go.
Pete Ferguson said Chad.
Chad.
He's a fucking Chad. What a fucking Chad.
Well, he's not a Kyle, so
No.
he doesn't mind
Yeah, I'll
drywall.
be like Kyle from that. Yeah.
Give him a little sort of shotgun thing. I did pull out a little hat. We can throw a hat.
Now we're just playing dress up.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I told you, man, he's not an Imperial. He's definitely not.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not.
That looks good, man.
The bad thing is you put him on a shelf with the rest of your Black Series, and they're going to look like shit.
that is
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah.
You killed
It definitely is the case sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you're going to have to repaint everybody.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the, I'm gonna do my favorite Lando Calrissian, and then you make Lando look even more pimp. And it's like, why is he standing next to this trash Ugnaught?
Ugnaught.
KO Ugnaught.
I have spoken.
I am spoken. But yeah.
Oh, it looks great.
That looks awesome. I love that blue. That blue really pops.
Call him Frankie Merman. Shout to Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks really good, man. You know, the funny thing was, like, I was hating on that blue, but once you put the yellow in there and you get that red and those accents on there,
Yep.
it really fucking pops, man. That looks great.
Thanks.
It's a character just comes out of the blue.
Out of nowheres.
No, and I mean it definitely fits that universe. It's not like
That
if
works
it-
perfectly. Why don't you make a Bill Burr from fucking Mandalorian, man? His character, I loved his character. I don't care what anybody thought. Bill Burr fucking killed it, man.
Yeah, I loved his character.
I loved it. I
wasn't
really
a
liked
fucking
that episode.
stormtrooper.
Yeah, I really liked that episode. There was some shit that was a little off the hook, but that was a good ep. And I hope those characters come back.
I can do without the Twi'lek.
Yeah, she was a little too much.
Like, are you fucking a snake?
And what's his name? The guy from fucking Shawshank. He was a little too over the top too. But
I could deal with that, but like
I
her,
think Burr.
Burr killed it.
Yeah,
Hey,
Burr
nice
killed it.
shoes.
I mean, for a guy who knows nothing about Star Wars and just got the gig, he really nailed it, man.
Yeah, the Twi'lek felt like she was more from like Doctor Who than Star Wars.
Right.
Because all the
Absolutely.
Doctor Who stuff is very overacted like that.
Yeah, it was a little too much.
Yep.
But I liked the whole thing. Like, you knew exactly where it was going, and when they cut, like, it was definitely like very old school. Like, they cut to like the cell at the end, and they're
Yep.
locked up, and you're just like, man, that's just so. It just reminds you of old school serial shows.
Yeah.
So,
What I'm hoping is that the Moff kind of recruits those guys to be kind of his hit squad.
Ooh, yeah, that would be amazing.
I don't think they're good enough for that. I think they would just put in there for fucking comedy relief.
One can hope.
So what are we doing here, Jay? What are we doing? We're looking for some more clothes for this guy.
Nah, I was looking to see if I had another one of the heads that I just painted, because to
see how it looks with a different dome.
Well, just to kind of show the difference, because the original paint job on this head it's so horrible, and like I said, it's just the first order.
Dude, you
Officer.
fucking killed it, man. That fucking head is fucking incredible.
Oh, yeah.
So-
and this is going on a YouTube camera, Google.
Yeah.
What Google does, but wow, that looks fucking incredible. That looks
So what
great.
I'll probably do is I'll probably go back and give him 5 o'clock shadow and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just 'cause-
Liver spot.
Yep.
I missed those 5 o'clock
on the
blow
side of his head.
Shout out to Tender Tuesday. Just saying.
Amazing work, JD. Amazing work.
Really good
Thanks.
stuff, man. I just
Thanks.
seen the process was fucking incredible, man. It's a
I mean,
couple of hours, man. This is a couple of hours just fucking around and
it wasn't even a whole figure. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
A lot of times I end up, you're mix matching your parts, so you end up having to like shave stuff or drill stuff out.
Yeah, more work into it.
Yeah, I mean, so
well, you laid it out perfectly for a show like this. And like, if you want to go if you're doing anything else, you just go deeper. You show how you do this and how to do that.
And maybe that's where it'll take us. Maybe it'll whatever. Maybe we can do something that'll take a couple episodes to actually finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, parts. Yeah, man, that's awesome.
See the different process of the different parts, putting it together. And I mean, I have plenty of stuff behind me that is in process, or stuff that I've just fitted together and getting ready to tear it back apart, to prime, to sculpt new stuff onto it, or whatever.
We definitely need a name for this guy. So.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do a fucking I don't know, something
a naming show.
Yeah, get a name going in the realm fucking Facebook group or whatever, or on the ShelfGravy page. We get a little name,
Well, I can post the picture of him then, and see what comes up.
Whoever comes with the best name is not getting the figure. Gotcha. That's funny. Hey, Matt's back.
Hey,
Matt decided to come back.
Of course I did. No, I'd be really interested for you to do, a multi-part project would be really good.
It's pretty dope. Yep. Hey, we're gonna do this week, and then you can plan it out and set everything up and get it going, man. This is awesome, man. This is good stuff. This is, I think, this is something that I think we need, man. We got figure banging, figure mashing.
Now we got figure mashing.
Yeah. And even going further, like with your diodes and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. We're all sitting inside, so it's like, why not grab something and trash it and put it together and repaint it or whatever.
Well, as long as you have some sort of fucking, skills.
It really just boils down to having the patience to sit and wait for stuff to dry. Like a lot of this paint, the nice thing about it is like Alex said, you know what I mean, you get all the way around with your first coat. By the time you get all the way back around, it's already ready for the second coat. So
it's dry, it's ready to go.
Yeah, you can just kind of keep moving along, you know what I mean?
And I guess with the more you fucking mix it with the water, that helps too,
Yeah. It'll help. It evaporates a little bit quicker. Of course, you got to go over more times, you know what I mean? But whatever, you want to keep it nice and smooth.
Smooth and nice.
Keep that detail up.
Yeah.
Not glop it on there.
I'm the beans and he's the rice. Yeah. Shout out to any old school hip hop fans out there known as Nice and Smooth. Old school Nice and Smooth albums. And I'm cutting my nails, and I don't give a fuck what you guys think.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, he saw my nails. And he was like, "Man,
I got talons on these shits." Looks like a sausage with a nail coming out of it.
But like I said before, like the way that I do things, this is just how it works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like find your own way. Find what works for you. Watch some other tutorials that other people have done, and you might find an easier way to do this or that or whatever. Be patient. Patience is a big part of it. It's not necessarily skill. I think I've heard Chris say this numerous times as well. It doesn't really come down to the skill of it. I mean, there's definitely technique, which you develop over time. Patience is a big thing.
It saves pockets.
Yeah, patience.
That's what I heard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's kind of inspired me to pull apart some of my Mythic Legions and
buddy.
paint on it.
Maybe that's what maybe that's what the next video showcase thing will be. Is I have some ideas and I need to pull together some other figures, so people might see some trade bait out there here shortly.
Nice.
I have an idea with some mythics that I want to kind of put together.
Awesome stuff, dude.
Well, thank you.
All right, what do you say? We're gonna wrap this up at 3 hours?
Sure, we can.
And it didn't even seem like 3 hours, right?
Well, I'm glad everybody hung out, and I'm glad.
Yeah, man, we had a lot of fun. A good night tonight. Pretty long. I mean, long session, but what the fuck is everybody else doing, man? As long as you're giving some shit that people want to see, they'll be here.
Yeah.
And if anybody out there that watched or is going to watch after the fact or whatever,
send all your hate mail to ShelfGravy@gmail.com.
You can do that. Or if you have any questions, feel free hit up the ShelfGravy page or hit me up, whatever. We'll do our best to try and help you out, direct you in the right direction.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome sauce.
Heck yeah. So I guess we'll do this like everything else and just.
You gonna take us out of here, JD?
Say our goodbye.
You're the host, man. You're the host, dude.
I guess tell them where they can find you, and we'll go from there. Matt, where you at?
You can find me at Matt Hurd on Facebook. I am also on another podcast, One Too Many Podcasts. If you can tolerate some nonsense and shenanigans, check it out.
Fucking cocksuckers.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell them where you're at, Alex.
You can find me on Facebook, Alex Riggs, Instagram as Collecticon, and at my house because I can't leave.
Be safe, dude.
Yep.
Awesome.
And Uncle Dust, where you at?
Yo, Dust Mites on Instagram, Eddie Dust Mites on the Facebook group. Enter the Realm Monday nights. One Too Many Podcasts. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify's Anchor Podcast, all your podcast needs. Non-nerd. We try to stay away from the nerd shit and just talk whatever's on our mind for the week. It's a good release. And I don't have to worry about someone talking trash, Talk a lot of trash, but thanks,
For
dude.
those who into Morse code, we have a Morse code transcription.
Yes, there's a Morse code transcription. I'm winging them crazy with the Morse code. We have a good time there. Shout out to Frogman, man. But JD, man, thanks. It was awesome. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Vacation life, man.
Heck yeah.
Great work, JD. Great work.
Thank you. And thank you all for sticking around, hanging out with me, making this a little more entertaining. I'm sure it would have been.
Did you get a little comfortable as you were going on?
A little bit, yeah, I did.
You realize
I don't know why, even to this day, I still get kind of nervous.
Yeah, dude, man, I've been doing this for 5 years, and I still get it once in a while.
Yeah, so, but
I
I
projectile vomit every night before Monday nights. I projectile vomit for a half hour. I don't know why.
Probably too much cheese.
Yeah, I think it's the creamer. I'm using in my coffee. It's not. It just doesn't work with me. But whatever.
Oh.
It shouldn't come out as a block.
Yeah. I'm trying to throw
it might out of one end.
It's a block of cheese, size of a car battery. Jesus Christ, what's going on there?
Into the toilet, a block of cheese.
Splashes up like a fat guy jumping into a fucking pool. I could say that because I'm a fat guy.
It'd be kind of rough. Coming out and just thinking about the feelings that would come at.
Yeah.
Cool. I just took that too far.
It's all right.
It doesn't matter. No, we're off the rails. It's 12:41 in the morning. We can do everything. This is a shout out to the Rella Collectors After Dark.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Chris.
No problem.
Man, thank you very much for showing us your skills, man. Skills to pay the bills. It's awesome.
Hey, thanks. And like I said, anybody has any questions or comments or whatever, tell me I suck, whatever. Hit me up. I'll talk it out with you.
My Cannonball needs legs. Just saying.
Okay. We'll make it happen. Hey, maybe we can do something like that. A quick mod.
Sure.
That's a good one.
I have an extra Doc Ock that I can do
the telescoping things.
Yep.
Oh man, I want mine to have that.
Okay.
All right, I'm sending that too. All right. On that note. ShelfGravy.
Yeah, you can check us out at ShelfGravy on Facebook, Instagram. We have a YouTube. My other work page is Pigment Surgery on Instagram, and JD Brocious in the Facebook groups. Thank you to the Realm of Collectors. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Check all our other shows out. We got
always reading off the list.
I'm gonna the best of my ability.
You don't have to.
I mean, pretty much everybody that's tuned in knows, but
yeah, they know.
Anybody new out there, Monday night we got ETR. Tuesdays we got Breaking the Mold. Every other Wednesday we got FIGGAH Banging, and we got the Total Package podcast on Thursdays. And also the Nerds Have Spoken on Thursdays, and Friday we got Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. Did I forget anybody?
No, you're good. I'm
gonna hit all the bases
up there this Friday, so put these boys in line.
You did forget Brink After Dark.
Brink
After Dark. Yeah, it's on Saturdays, 12:30. 12:35.
12:35.
4:35 a.m.
It's 12:38.
Gotta fit in those bathroom breaks. Awesome. Well, then I guess we say goodbye.
Bye.
Say it with me now.